That Rosanna is not getting as much as DogPack is. I agree, Shogun. Do you want to know why I agree with you that Rosanna is not getting a lot of because she can throw her hands up and go, well, DogPack showed me this stuff. No. You made the active choice to run with that stuff. You went to speak to the mainstream media about the Mr. Beast games. You did this on purpose because you were mad that all of us and everybody who has 2 brain cells to rub together thought that you whining about being cut from a hide-and-seek video was. You're mad that people made fun of you. Rosanna deserves way more
You're suing a man and you end it with a dog hitting a drum!
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
So, we're going to go over Soggy Cereal's video here. I know you've probably watched it to nauseum. I'm late. I don't care. So make sure you sit around.
Pushing back on everything that we're saying. So what?
Well, because you're trying to fire me, and I want to work at this company.
I'm the CEO of this company. If I'm talking, don't interrupt.
And I've been trying to get to this point of working on Mr. Beast for a long time.
I love this. I love the fact that they have the recorded exit interview. The recorded firing of DogPack. You could just hear how much he wants to work at this company, how much he loves this company, how much he cares about the Mr. Beast brand. And Lacoa Hill is firing him. That's hilarious to me. You talked so much shit about this company, and now there's audio recording of you begging for your job back like a bitch. You do realize that you only worked there for a few weeks, right, dude? And now you're coming out and trying to pretend that you knew everything for months and you worked there for months. Come on! Come on, you're fired! You are a disgruntled employee. That is all you are and ever will be. And retards, the accumulative, I assume, 20 to 30 million people that watched your content and bought your bullshit, they all need to go to remedial classes. They need to go to like critical thinking classes to think a little bit deeper than that. I know he lost his job because of an Apple Vision Pro. That is the funniest shit to me. He lost his job because he kept trying to go over the managers' heads to get an Apple Vision Pro. Why? Why would you sacrifice this for an Apple product? I'm sorry. I can't imagine pissing away an opportunity like this because I wanted a new piece of technology more than the rest of the office and kept going over people's heads to get it.
Can I please have a second chance?
You were demanding.
Can I please? Lacoa, Lacoa, I'm sorry. Can I please have a second chance? If you don't give me that second chance, I'm going to accuse you of multiple allegations of date rape. That's crazy, right? Please, Mr. Hill, please, Lacoa, let me stay. If you don't, I will tell everyone in the world that you date rape people and that James Warren is a domestic abusing rapist. Like that. Dude, have you... Show of hands in chat. How many people have been in a position where they've had to fire someone before? I'm curious. Because I have. And I want to see how many of you know what it's like to do something like that. Because I've done it. I've done it 3 times. I've done it 3 times. 3 times I've fired somebody throughout my time. So, when you fire somebody, there is always 2 paths they can go down. They can either handle it like an adult. They'll be upset, obviously, but they'll internalize it, recognize their faults, and go and find another job. You still pay them out severance and everything, and that all gets handled. Nice bow, right? Then there's the other type of firing, where that person has continuously not recognized that they are the fuck up, and you have to explain to them that they are the fuck up, and they keep arguing with you that they are the fuck up, and you keep this loop going until you finally say, you know what? You're fired. Get out of here. And that person threatens You, your business, your employees, everybody. I had a guy one time punch a hole in a wall because we fired him. Like, threatened to beat the shit out of my boss and myself, and I'm like, all right, cool. We'll call the cops then. DogPack did it differently. He pretended he was cool and then proceeded to try and take down $1 billion company, being a complete retard. That is to me the most petty way imaginable. I would rather have the guy punch a hole in a wall and threaten to kill me than a dude that pretends to be cool and then just tries to completely dismantle everything I've ever done over bullshit. I would hate that. If I was Mr. Beast, I'd be doing everything in my power to crush this guy. But Jimmy's too nice of a guy, I think. Or maybe they just believe it's not worth the time. I don't know. I'd be suing this genuinely. Please be confusing opinion. I don't know, Spondyle.
Manager of Dawson or DogPack404.
I was the manager of DogPack404 for a time being.
If you had to describe the working conditions when Dawson was working with you in ideation with one word, what word would it be?
I would say it was depressing.
The war crime stuff that was a...
I would say it's depressing. Is it depressing working with him? Was it depressing working for Mr. Beast? Which one, lady?
joke. Why did you...
Oh God, Jake Weedle's friend. I am so ready for more Weedle content. You have no idea. I don't even give a shit about DogPack that much. I care more about Jake. Jake is my crescendo of everything that I hate in other people. Jake is he is the antithesis of everything that I despise about people online or human beings. Jake, I hate you for you. Not because you're a Mr. Beast hater. I hate you because you're a shitty person with shitty mindsets, with a complete weasel of a personality. I hate your guts. Genuinely. I can't wait to see you continue to stumble.
make that joke?
Actively right now, by the videos that Dawson is making, he is actively hurting the philanthropy that is helping thousands and millions of lives.
That is something that nobody pays attention to. Mr. Beast has so many other projects going on that are run by different people that are being impacted by the bullshit that has been spread by. Again, let's go through the witness. Let's go through the accusers, shall we? DogPack, Surprise Witness, Jake Weedle, Cam Nuggets, Rosanna Pansino. You know, all of these people. Anybody that made a video kind of slopping DogPack's knob better put out a retraction. Better. Unless DogPack has a way to completely overhaul this entire narrative that is being spun now. Okay? Unless that is the case. Unless there is something so nuclear that DogPack has. Which, shocker, he probably doesn't. You need to put out retractions. Or else I hope you get wrapped up in the Mr. Beast lawsuit yourself.
Oh, so you want to cheaply manipulate?
Okay, I'm not doing the we're not doing the content cop bit. That's just not happening.
Cereal. As most of you have probably guessed by now, this video won't just be about this alleged fraudulent and manipulative asshole, it'll also be about this confirmed fraudulent and manipulative asshole, DogPack404, also known as Dawson French, and his victims of manipulation. For the people who have not been exposed to his propaganda yet, DogPack404 or Dawson French is an ex-Mr. Beast employee who
worked there for 3 weeks minimum. Remember that. Remember, everyone bought the word of a dipshit that only worked at a company for 3 weeks and pretended that he knew all of the internal memos, knew all the internal aspects of the company, knew everything about everything. Remember, all of you dumb motherfuckers bought it from a dude who worked there for 3 weeks. If a guy comes to me and says, hey, they treated me like shit at this company, I say, oh, first question that comes out of my mouth, right out of my mouth, how long did you work there? Oh, 3 weeks. Excuse me? You don't have enough time for you to develop any sort of actual opinions unless it was literally the most toxic place imaginable. The only time I ever thought that way was working in a kitchen with a chef that would throw like knives at people and smoke like 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes. Like, that is high stress, high pressure environment. 3 weeks of that sucked. And I told everybody I would not recommend getting this job. I still kept the job because it paid well, but I don't recommend other people to it. I didn't go out of my way to start destroying the goddamn the business.
I worked there for about 3 weeks, and after being fired, made or worked on videos filled with lies about Mr. Beast. And I became suspicious of DogPack404 after he called me overdramatic.
Let's see here. Personally, I would find the Mr. Beast in-depth more intriguing. Yeah. But with all the uncertainty and refutability of specific proof right now, this could put me both in legal and financial trouble and ruin my entire channel, which I'm not looking forward to. That's how you should be responding if somebody sends you shit that you are not confident in. Anytime, you should be responding, I'm going to look at it a little bit more in depth. I don't know if I'm willing to talk about this publicly just yet. I feel like there's more information that needs to be brought to light before you can run this information. Perfect! Like, guys, thank you, Soggy. Hey, playing these kinds, calling me over drag peer pressure 101. Hey, I enjoy your content. I don't want to screw you over, which is why I'm being upfront of all this. However, I think you're being over dramatic, lol. See, this shows a man that has a vendetta, an unnecessary vendetta, not a legitimate one, not one rooted in real life, not one rooted with actual reasoning to start this vendetta. We are dealing with a man who is a complete loser. A man that has made things over dramatic on purpose to get back at a business that fired him because he sucked. He was a tard on Reddit that got lucky. A Reddit tard got lucky to join Mr. Beast.
For not wanting to spread serious accusations.
And you're being over dramatic. I don't know why this is censored. I wish I knew what that was. How is saying I don't want to make a video with unsubstantiated proof being over dramatic? Because, Soggy, the reason that that's the case, okay? The reason that's the case is because Dogpack is desperate for retards. He's desperate for, like, a group of people that are willing to back him up. Because Surprise Witness got clowned on. No one takes her seriously. Cam Nuggets is a joke. Rosanna Pansino is the only, I guess you would call it, influential voice. I wouldn't even call it reputable. I would say influential voice. The rest of them are just people reiterating his talking points versus taking a risk themselves. Because as much as you hate the slop channels, as much as you hate the people that were dick-sucking Dogpack, they can put out retractions and be fine. Dogpack, Soggy, Cam Nuggets, Rosanna, Surprise Witness, all these guys that were working together can't. They were the ones that started these allegations. And they are the ones that are going to take the brunt of this. They are the ones that are going to be obliterated by this. Soggy, not buying into that little group mentality bullshit, is smart.
With unsubstantiated and easily refutable evidence. As well as because he tried to silence me with threats of slander after
That's crazy. What?
And easily refutable evidence. As well as because he tried to silence me with threats of slander.
Alright, big dog, good talk. I'm still gonna cook you. What do you mean? How is he gonna cook him? How is Dogpack going to cook anybody? Even then, when he was at his height and his reputation was at an all-time high, the f was he gonna cook? What was he gonna cook? Say that soggy cereal's like, yeah, I didn't want to run with this just yet because I don't believe your allegations. What are you gonna cook him with? He's being smart. Sure, got receipts enough to prove my innocence. I can give them actually, but sure, man, if you want to go down the path of just slandering me, do it. Damn.
After I started suspecting him of lying. So in this video, I will be debunking close to every accusation he and the people he manipulated have made. But
there's no manipulation. This is the one thing I'm going to fully disagree with Soggy on. Rosanna willfully jumped into that. It's not manipulation. She wanted to own Mr. Beast because everyone made fun of her. She is an egomaniac. It is very apparent. I'm going to tell you something that's interesting. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm wrong, but my roommate's the one that really kind of drove this home for me. Apparently, your husband was a large StarCraft 2 YouTuber. He then, when he got married, randomly switched up his content to family vlogging. Okay? Destroyed his channel and all the momentum he was building. Does that not sound like the idea of a wife that is egotistical and wants to be on camera all the time? Doesn't that sound like somebody who won't allow their partner to do what they want to do because they believe that this is the better option? Rosanna did this because she wanted it. It's not manipulation. Jake, not manipulation. Jake saw an opportunity to kickstart his career. Jake Weddle saw that. Okay? Jake Weddle saw an opportunity to get an own and get more money and finally get what he's always wanted. The shout out that Mr. Beast never gave him. That's all this is. These two complete idiots did it not because they were manipulated, because they wanted it. They saw the writing on the wall and jumped on it. That is why Rosanna and Jake Weddle did these things. I don't believe they were manipulated in the slightest.
Soggy, but Soggy, are you going to glaze the Mr. Beast, Soggy? Are you going to dick ride the lunchly owning, alleged intentionally registered sex offender hiring Mr. Beast, Soggy? No. See, I think we can all agree that lunchly kinda cringe. Logan,
I wouldn't call it just cringe. Also, the fart noises, bro. Come on. I get it. But like, dude, the lunchly stuff does suck. I feel like nobody's going to argue that point. Nobody's going to sit there and go, yeah, the mold, yeah, that was pretty based, just to defend Mr. Beast and this Aryan retard and then this bigger retard.
Okay, a cycle lab, kinda, that's a yikes out of 10, okay? And the fucking mold situation, that is disgustingly messed up, and I'm never eating that shit in my life. But that doesn't mean
You're a grown man, you shouldn't be doing that.
Just because this spiteful, vengeful ghoul accuses Mr. Beast of intentionally hiring a registered sex offender, that he actually...
Now, Rosanna is not getting shit as much as DogPack is. I agree. I agree, Shogun. I agree. Do you want to know why I agree with you that Rosanna is not getting a lot of shit? Because she can throw her hands up and go, well, DogPack showed me this stuff. No, bitch. You made the active choice to run with that stuff. You went on a fucking national media. You went to speak to the mainstream media about the Mr. Beast games. You did this on purpose because you were mad that all of us and everybody who has two brain cells to rub together thought that you whining about being cut from a fucking hide-and-seek video was retarded. You're mad at that. You're mad that people made fun of you. That is what it is. Rosanna deserves way more shit.
Yeah, let's talk about the lie spun by DogPack and Jake Weddle, that Mr. Beast knowingly hired a registered sex offender and while working at the company would refer to him by covert codename Delaware because of the crimes he committed there and as a result is not allowed to go back into the state of Delaware, and that Mr. Beast higher-ups are using that nickname because they enjoy messed up insider jokes like that.
When I was there,
You know what's great? I don't really care. Like, this is the problem with like Jake and all these fucking losers on r/YouTube drama. If there is a dude that you're making, like, offensive jokes about, who cares? Like, who cares? Yeah, the thing is, though, is that Delaware had, from what we understood, a situation, which he did. He had a criminal record. Now, when Jake Weddle says Mr. Beast knew, we don't know the time frame in which he was hired. We don't know really anything else about that other than he had the record, which is important for Mr. Beast to acknowledge. I am 100% on board with that. And then there's Jake the Viking. Interesting that Jake goes, Mr. Beast knew, but now is just really silent about all this and kind of just not responding to anything in regard to this. It's very interesting. That to me still seems like an area that can be attacked at. But maybe Soggy will prove me wrong.
Called him Delaware. He's like, why do you call him Delaware? I didn't know. Apparently they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware. That's his nickname? Colloquially? Like, yeah, it's Delaware. Don't ask him why, You know that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, and whenever he is, he's wearing a mask.
Which, just saying that out loud makes it sound like a contrived side plot in a badly written Netflix series, since state banishments are extremely rare.
Let me see here. Probably not. Oh, yeah. Appeals courts usually overturn sentence of exile. There's only one recent case of banishment from a state. We should start banishing people from states more.
Most recently,
we should start making that like a normal thing. Like if you're too retarded for your state, you have to be banished to the Midwest or something. Like if you're too much of a problem, we'll have like a section of the Midwest dedicated to you, and it's under like Imperial Guard. It's under like military occupation.
What I found was a 1-year Kentucky banishment in the year 2000. Luckily, the real story is much more boring. See, according to a anonymous MrBeast employee, Dustin Harris, who has been working at MrBeast for about 6 years and went rogue.
Hi, Soggy. I'm Dustin Harris. I've been working at MrBeast for 6 years now, and I saw your slop video. Wanted to help set the record straight about some of the misinformation online. To be clear, I think there's a lot of fair criticism out there, but at this point, it's majority misinformation and slander, not just against Jimmy, but against the work I do and the work my colleagues do. Jesus.
Because he couldn't stand Jimmy not responding to all of the misinformation being spread about not just Jimmy or the MrBeast company, but also about his own friends and colleagues. Well, he explained that Delaware was once a store manager.
Let me see here. As far as Delaware goes, he was a local Best Buy manager Jimmy found. The company was growing really quickly, and it was just Jimmy and 2 or 3 friends. So he went to Best Buy and hired like 3 people. One of them was named Delaware. Best Buy called him that. We didn't make it up. How many years ago was this? 6 years ago? How old was Jimmy? Hold on. One of them named Delaware ran the store. I guess Jimmy figured if Best Buy thought he was good enough to manage a giant store, he was probably good enough to run a YouTube channel, which was dumb, but Jimmy was like 18. Okay. So we're going to put the onus. Like, don't get me wrong. He's an adult, but he's also an adult that has never run a company before. Never has been in the limelight before. You do realize like bad hiring does happen. I'm not sweeping for MrBeast on this one. But if they walked in and just said, hey, you're hired, and didn't run any background checks, yeah, that happens. He was 18, so he probably didn't think that deep. He didn't have an HR firm. He didn't have an HR management team. He was just an 18-year-old guy with a growing YouTube channel and hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in. Huh. You could definitely criticize Jimmy for hiring a random fucking person, but I give him the caveat that he was 18 and didn't know what it was like to run a business nor do background checks. I give him that caveat. He still should be criticized for an aspect of that.
At Jimmy's local Best Buy, which, for the people who don't know, Best Buy is a $20 billion valued electronics.
I have no idea how nobody knows what Best Buy is.
Retailer company with stores all over the US. I mean that when Jimmy was 19 and first started blowing up on YouTube, Jimmy realized he needed employees to improve his content. So, as a dumbass, impulsive 19-year-old randomly thrown into fame, he went to his local Best Buy and asked its employees if they wanted to work for him. Naively thinking that a multi-billion-dollar company would have at least made sure to not hire criminals and especially to not hire a registered sex offender as store manager, 19-year-old MrBeast didn't do background checks.
You're not required to tell employers. If you're on the registry, you are not required to tell a potential employer about it. But then there's the other aspect of the story where apparently Jake the Viking was saying that Delaware explained to MrBeast and his mom about his past. So I don't know if that happened before or after the hiring. Because they're saying it's before. But then there's this whole section where it's like, yeah, he hired him at 18. Did they have that meeting after the fact?
Was that stupid? Yes. Is Delaware a piece of shit?
You see Connor's leaked DMs about this? I'm pretty sure I have it saved somewhere. Let me see. There's a bunch of stuff. Okay. So let's see this section. Jay confirmed in my DMs that the other day he was simply told this story and he has no proof. Even better. Holy shit. Oh, these people are just screaming rumors and saying that they're real. Hi there. Just wanted to clear this up regarding Jimmy's new response. Just want to make sure, be sure I'm not misreading this. Hey man, I don't want to tweet about it too much because of all the bots. You're doing this for clout, etc. That's fair. If you want to just verify it on way or another in the DMs is totally valid. Following up, just wanted to clear the air on this contradiction here. I was told that before being hired, Delaware sat down with Jimmy and his mom and disclosed to them his position. I have no proof of this, only what I've been told, and the fact that the entire company knew about his past. That is crazy. Why would that even be a thing? On top of that, if you don't know and you have no proof, how do you have knowledge that the whole office knew as well? The whole company, top to bottom, the peons to the executives to Mr. Beast himself. How do you know all that? Where's the confirmation of that? You say you have no proof, though. That's a little crazy. Okay, Jake.
Shit? Yes. Should Jimmy take responsibility for making that mistake? Yes. But
I
it
agree.
wasn't this fucked up master plan by Jimmy to intentionally hire an RSO. It was a dumb mistake by an inexperienced adolescent starting up a business. And you don't need to take mine or Dustin's word for it. If someone did but a shred of research, you'd find this still publicly available, almost 7-year-old video on the Mr. Beast channel, where you can see Delaware as the Best Buy store.
Are you fucking serious? I haven't seen this video. I just saw people doing a victory lap, and I saw the Dexterdo articles, and I was like, God damn, there's no way it's like this fucking crazy. His name tag at Best Buy was Delaware. That's fucking
manager before he was hired at Mr. Beast. And guess what nickname was embroidered on his Best Buy uniform? Delaware. Wow. Well, that was hard investigative research.
They called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware. You know that he knew, and because...
And hold on, if I'm gonna be like, also like, let's say I take like Jake's side on this, right? And I turn around and I'm being soy about the joke. You could still interpret that as because they call him Delaware, he just can't go to Delaware. It's just a joke. They probably all didn't know that he had some kind of case against him. They were probably like, yeah, bro, you're like that state, man. You can't go there, right? That's why you call yourself that. You know, like some dude could just randomly make that joke and not know the context. Am I crazy to think that?
He'll be in videos, and whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. And whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask.
And for
No way, that was not chaos. What the fuck was that?
Whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. He's wearing...
Oh, hiding sex offender with a mask on YouTube is crazy, and calling him Delaware because they're not allowed to go there is a new low. That is so retarded.
And for the people thinking that he still works at Mr. Beast, no, he was fired over half a decade ago. Now, DogPack, before you say something along the lines of,
He's fired. He was fired 5 years ago? Dude, what? So he started on the company for a few months, and they got fired after that fact. So he wasn't there during the main growth of the channel. He didn't have any sort of real power on the channel. He didn't have any real power in the company. So why the fuck?
what about the recording we showed from a real Mr. Beast employee talking about Delaware? Do you really want me to go into detail about how you and your cronies tricked an employee into saying what you wanted him to say?
No way.
To support your lies, and then you guys recording him and using that recording without his consent? Okay. Hi, Garrett. Can you tell me a bit about how long you worked at Mr. Beast?
I was at Mr. Beast from...
Are we really doing this now? Are we really doing this now? We are faking confessionals and gay-opping confessionals. Or not even really confessionals, more just like, I would assume, gossip. Are we really fucking doing this right now?
around 2017 to 2021.
So you've worked there for 5 years and could be seen as a credible ex-employee.
Yep.
You're the person who we can hear talk about Delaware in the recording Dawson or DogPack404 shows in his video. Can you tell me a bit about how that happened?
Yeah, it was not to my knowledge that I was being recorded at all. You know, I have a friend.
That's always fun. That's always fun not telling someone that they're being recorded. That's great. Really shows what kind of person.
Who, you know, I worked with plenty of times outside of Mr. Beast. Just thought it was just like a normal call, just checking up on him, him checking up on me. And, you know, when two people speak about old places, you know, there's drama, there's gossip, there's catching up, there's, you know, et cetera, whatever. And then the next thing you know, 2 weeks later, DogPack releases like a 12 million view video where, you know, I just have a really crappy voice changer over my voice. And if you know me, like...
Dude, they didn't even do the voice changer well. Like... You know. How did this guy get a job at Mr. Beast with his editing and like SEO knowledge? With how shitty that voice changer was.
Oh, it's me.
So was the entire call basically just rumors you were talking about with a friend?
Yeah, it's just a friend. We're just shooting the shit, and you know, we're just gossiping a lot, catching up on, you know, the current drama. Like it's just it is nothing crazy. Like
nothing you said had any actual facts behind it, as they try to construe in their video.
No, I don't. You know, I don't think any of the stuff that we were talking about really had any facts or like evidence. It was just water cooler talk.
Would you say them using the call recording unconsensually in their video has damaged you or your life in any way?
Yeah.
Honest to Christ, you should have. I hope this dude like cut his friend off. He was just like, "Fuck you, fuck you." You straight up made my life more difficult because you had a dipshit record me in an op attempt to get me to talk shit about Mr. Beast. You should cut that friend off. They should not be your friend ever again. Holy shit.
Yeah, unfortunately. To say that it hasn't hurt me financially would be just a lie. You know, mentally, it's hurt me as well. I mean, I was manic and crazy for about a month and a half trying to just... Manic
seems like a very heavy-handed term, though.
Watch relationships like fall through my fingers. You know, I lost someone that like was pretty close to me as well. You know, it just wasn't a good scene. So financially and mentally, it really messed me up.
Do you feel in any way like tricked, deceived, or used?
I mean, yeah. To say that I felt tricked or used is an understatement. Like they knowingly came and did this. You know, I had like 3 or 4 contacts call me the night that
Soggy's providing that this video call is real. Is it are people calling it not real? Like what?
That it dropped, and I was watching the whole video trying to figure out like what they were talking about, and when it got to that recording, my stomach just like sank.
All because of a call that they unconsensually recorded, which you clarified was basically rumors and gossip.
Yeah. I didn't want to be involved with, didn't even know what was going on, that, you know, I was just thrown into unconsensually. And yeah, you said
on Reddit, they think that this is a fake interview. What Reddit thread? You know what? Why the fuck am I even asking? Why am I even asking? I already know the Reddit. It's r/YouTube drama, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Do I really have to ask what fucking retarded Reddit thread is making that out? I just realized that. Do I really have to ask? They're coping so badly in absolute denial. Is it one of the mods? Please say yes. Please say yes. All right. Am I the only one that feels weird? Okay, here. This looks like AIDS. Weird stuff surrounding it. The video faced some criticism, like downplaying what Jake Weddle went through. Severely downplays Jake's situation. Are you fuck? Oh! What do you mean downplaying Jake's situation? He consented to doing... I'm gonna go. Okay, I guess we're doing the Weddle rant now. This dumb, failed comedian writer consented to doing 30 days of isolation for a challenge. Okay? He made $10,000 a day. And they said you can leave at any time. He then didn't fucking leave and took $10,000. Why should I feel sympathetic to that? Why should anyone consider that downplaying the situation when that's exactly the fucking situation? Oh my god, the H-bomber community needs to be fucking nuked from orbit. Oh my god. I'm just gonna read this, and I know I'm just gonna get more mad as I read it. The main thing that caught my eye while watching Soggy's video is how quickly he is to brush off Jake's situation. While the war crime claim was bogus, but frankly, I was surprised anyone took it seriously. You're retarded. He also tried to imply the fact Jake Weddle was paid wasn't a detainee made it moral? That's not the argument, you fucking idiot. Jake made it out like he was treated like dog shit when he consented to being in an isolation chamber where he did solitary confinement, signed the paperwork, said yes, got paid $10,000 for 10 days. $10,000 a fucking day, dude. In fact, Jake was paid is specifically by the argument he could leave at any time doesn't hold any water. What do you mean? It's well known that humans will push themselves to the limit, even do immoral actions if desperate for money. Oh my god. Calm down, Nietzsche. Jesus Christ. Like, actually consider where this situation's going. If Jake truly had a horrible time, he would leave. Even if there's that much money on the line. You do realize that the 10 days was $100,000. Most people don't see that fucking money ever unless a family member dies and they get paid out that fucking money from the life insurance benefit. Most people don't see that money. This is a non-point. This is a non-argument. You are making this a moral conversation. Jake and DogPack made this out like he tortures people for content. And so what if he pays people to do solitary confinement? They're the idiots that said yes to it. I hope he does more of them. I hope he makes more solitary confinement videos. And if he gets lucky, throws Jake Weddle in there and throws the key away. Just keeps the lights on forever. Okay? Like, fuck. How is this where we are right now? Like, there, literally, this entire thread, from what I can tell, just takes full agency away from Jake. All because money. You do realize there are, like, things that people have as, like, lines, right? Even if there's money on the line, most people will say fucking no. If it's a harm to them or their family. God damn it. Volunteering for the next video. If Mr. Beast wants me to do an isolation chamber video and pay me $20,000 a day or something like that, I'll do it. I'll do it. Dude, I can sleep with the lights on. I can do all that shit. I'll get bored real fast, but like, I could do it. I could do this. I could do it. I'll probably make it like 10 days, though. I could probably last as long as Jake. Maybe 11. Out of pure spite, I would go 11 days just to piss off Jake. I'll do it. I'll do it. I have no problem. I rewatched the second DogPack video, and now the entire war crime thing Soggy pointed out is a huge false narrative. Then the little next line says, they don't even do that to prisoners after the war crime comment. Is not him saying they did war crimes on me. It's to put into perspective how messed up what they did is. He signed up for it. He can't bitch about it. Sorry. Jake is not a victim. Jake will never be a victim. Jake is a perpetual child. A clout shark, if you will. Somebody who's desperate for fame and relevancy instead of just living his life. The cope that is coming from this subreddit is my favorite. Soggy admitting in the interview. He admitted the travel was paid by a Mr. Beast employee named Dustin. So what? If the company didn't fly Soggy out on the company's dime and a employee takes it upon themselves to have them flown out themselves, that's on the employee. The employee did that. How is that a problem? I don't see it.
Man, I just it threw a pretty big wall up.
Yeah, at least that is true. At least he's being honest about it.
And I didn't feel like that was needed, and pretty upset.
But then, what about Jake the Viking's tweet about Jimmy's mom literally allowing her then barely of age son to knowingly be in contact with and hire a pedophile? First of all, have you thought about just how fucking absurd that sounds?
I don't think Jimmy or his mom knew when they hired him. I really don't think Sue would knowingly let Jimmy hire an RSO when he was barely 18. Vikings said they knew, but even Weddle has had a problem with what he says, so I don't know how valid that is.
Second,
so again, rumors and gossip.
Jake the Viking is a shitty person and untrustworthy. Even DogPack's friends agree on that.
Viking is not a good guy, and that's just an opinion based on his actions in my eyeballs.
Wow, DogPack and Jake Weddle falsely implying Mr. Beast intentionally hired a registered sex offender and created a nickname to joke about it within the company to then try back up their baseless claims by tricking an employee and recording him without consent? That's pretty messed up, Soggy. Yahoo! That'd be as shameless as falsely accusing someone of committing war crimes against the Geneva Convention in a consented to solitary confinement challenge where you'd earn $10,000 a day and can quit whenever you want and still keep the accumulated prize money up until that point. During a time where we have multiple countries actively at war in the world with millions of people suffering because of it. Oh,
okay, listen, I don't really care about that part. I care about the fact that the man got paid $100,000. Like, that's it. You don't need to add, like, the wars and the conflicts and all that extra shit. The important part is that Jake got paid out for the contracted work that he signed up for. Done. Sold. They even told him it was an experimental idea. That's him. That's on him and his agency. Done.
Wait.
You got paid $110,000 and lost it. That is funny to me. That you lose that much money. Move out of LA. You have enough money. This is not even a joke. You have enough money. Go to Nevada. Buy a cheap house out there. Rent out the second floor. And then just go back and forth between LA and Nevada or work from home. You have enough money to do that. You didn't have to stay in LA and be a complete fucking loser and spend all your money on your comedy career. Are you kidding? You do realize the people that have had dreams of being comedians worked jobs as well, right? They tried to put money away so that they could pursue that dream. Unlike you, Jake, that pisses away all your money because somebody just gave it to you.
Go up to my friend, my good friend. He goes, "What? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists." Oh, good. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing.
You know what? Let's ask Dustin about that, because ironically enough, Dustin is the good friend of Jake Weddle who made those war crime comments. And I can prove it with Jake Weddle's own words.
One of my dear friends who I believe I lost is the same guy who did the war crime joke, which turned out to not be a joke. He got injured in Mr. Beast, and that's because of Viking. On that shoot, everybody else had to stay behind and clean up.
Oh, wait a minute.
And I can prove it with Jake Weddle's own words.
One of my dear friends who I believe I lost is the same guy who did the war crime joke, which turned out to not be a joke.
Hey, retard. Hey, retard, did you see the part in Soggy's video where Jake turns it into, it turned out to not be a joke? Hey, retard, remember when you said that, that this is downplaying it and that it's crazy that anyone took it Jake just turned around and said, well, it wasn't actually a joke. So Jake took it seriously enough to do an interview to cry his eyes out like a fucking bitch. Interesting how retarded Redditors are. Remember that. Redditors are the scum of the earth.
Got injured, Mr. Beast. That's because of Viking. On that shoot, everybody else had to stay behind and clean up. And Viking said, fuck that, let's just throw all of this over the side of the mountain, like littering in National Park. And my good dear friend, who I kept saying was one of the good people over there, said, you're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you do that. And Viking said, watch me. And he did. But my friend gathered up all the stuff he could to make sure there was just that much less litter.
Okay, Jake's a piece of shit. Wow, crazy. How does this affect Mr. Beast?
And that's a really good thing to do. He carried everything he could down the mountain, and he broke his ankle. They said, you were carrying too much stuff, right? Yes, he was. Because that guy's a saint.
And blame me for our friend Dustin. I'll use names, unlike you. Our friend Dustin falling and breaking his leg. Or not his leg, yeah, his ankle. I'm sorry, falling and breaking his ankle.
Now, why would someone who Jake Weddle himself, who is clearly against Mr. Beast, describes as one of the best people he has ever known, who literally broke his ankle trying to prevent littering, and in Jake's own words, is a saint?
Because that guy's a saint.
Go rogue to try and correct defamatory statements made against Jimmy if Jimmy committed war crimes. The war crime stuff was 100% a joke. I'm now a producer, but I was originally hired as comedy writer with Jake Weddle, so I just wanted to cheer him up with a dumb and edgy joke.
And Jake took that seriously. I'm fucking crying.
Oh, so it was a joke. Dustin actually did say the war crime stuff as
I love that. I love. He's just like, Jake's supposed to be like a comedian, right? Learning how to be a comedian, both in the arts of being funny, edgy, all of these things. And he couldn't tell it was an actual joke. And then took actual importance out of the joke and tried making it a reality instead of just recognizing that it was a joke. That's oh, Jake, I swear to God, if you don't get bullied until like you're to the day the sun goes out, I'll be disappointed.
The joke. Okay, that makes sense, because in a follow-up video of Jake Weddle's and DogPack's interview, Jake Weddle seems to slip up, saying it was a joke.
He's the same guy who did the war crime joke.
Before quickly correcting himself.
Which turned out to not be a joke.
And his videos are pretty unedited, so he might have just accidentally let it slip through the cracks. And just to be clear, I'll show the clip of DogPack's 13 million viewed video again, in which Jake and DogPack clearly insinuated it wasn't a joke.
And I go up to my friend, my good friend. And I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. Oh, good. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing.
It's a really big allegation to say that, like, Mr. Beast took away your agency and, in a sense, kind of like forced you into doing this. But I agree. That is very serious. That's why I alleged it. That's why
you didn't allege it. There was no alleging in that interview. In the context of your fucking gay little war crime narrative, there was no alleging. Oh, I didn't see that. Bro, I did not see that interview with Larix and Jake Weddle. Damn, Larissa's killing it, bro. Larissa got him. Got him, bro. Can't believe Jake Weddle got bodied by Larissa.
I alleged it.
And the viewers clearly didn't think it was a joke either. But just as I will rip into Jimmy later in this video, I'll also investigate Jake Weddle's story in more detail later in this video. Because in between him falsely accusing Jimmy of intentional...
Didn't Larix jumped him in that interview? To be honest, Jake deserves to be jumped. Jake deserves to be jumped in every single call that he is going to be on forever. Okay? That should be a thing. Forever. Every time he tries to keep pushing these gay little narratives that he keeps putting out, somebody should jump on a call and just body him. Every time he opens his fucking mouth, somebody just boom, 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 just keep jumping on the call to show how retarded he is. Keep doing it.
Hiring an RSO and comparing himself consensually agreeing to doing a challenge for $10,000 a day, being allowed to leave whenever he wants to rape victims, and...
I forgot, bro.
For $10,000 a day, being allowed to leave whenever he wants to rape victims.
Hey, Redditor! Teul, whatever your fucking name is. Remember when Jake had that meltdown on Instagram? That he compared what he went through to rape victims? Remember that? But again, why would anyone take the war crime narrative seriously? Fucking Jake did. And Dogpack did. I'll read this out. I have a whole video going over his entire meltdown. Go watch it. It's just me reading all of the craziest shit ever. Go up to a rape victim next time and tell them it's their fault next. Oh, wait. That's exactly what Jimmy's fans do to the numerous allegations coming out from employees, contestants, and you name it. Regular uploads. Ugh, I'm not reading the rest of that. Bro, like, he compared his situation to, like, denying a rape victim's story. I love that for him. I love that for you, Redditor. I love that for you.
Victims and victims of war crimes, even though he knew that was a joke.
The same guy who did the war crime joke.
As well as spreading fake AI-generated incriminating voice recordings of Mr. Beast.
Okay, so I heard this. I went over this already. This was the dumbest thing Jake's ever done. Now, did he clarify it after the call? Yeah. But the problem is that he didn't preface it in the beginning. And this is why. And I'm fucking putting the onus on Jake to prove me wrong. Is that he did this on purpose to extend the watch time so people can watch his dumb fucking video. He just put this in here because he knew people cared about the Mr. Beast stuff more than him. Because nobody gives a fuck about Jake Weddle. No one cares. No one cares about him as much as they care about me, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. That is crazy. Hold on. Let's pull up Jake's fucking channel real quick.
Okay. No drama.
Shut up, retard. Let's see what's going on after the Mr. Beast stuff. Okay. 17K, 22K, 41, 20, 3.7, 8.8, 3.9, 6.8, 2.3. All of the videos that aren't directly after the Mr. Beast saga of his channel aren't breaking 50K views. With 187,000 subscribers. No one likes you, Jake. No one cares about you. Nobody wants to be your friend. Nobody wants to collab with you. They just want you for the Mr. Beast stuff, and it kills you. It kills you on the inside that the only thing people will ever remember you for is the fucking loser that couldn't make it 30 days in solitary confinement and got paid $10,000 to bitch about it later. That's all you're ever going to be remembered for. You're gonna die only being known as this guy. Congrats, Jake. You left your mark on the world.
What are our options? Is this legally considered defamation? Because I was instructed here. Can somebody tell me what my options are here? Because we were supposed to launch the voice today. Jake knows what he wants. Jake knows what he thinks he needs. He's supposed to be like students. He has to call that free. He has no idea how much fucking money I spent on that video to subscribe it.
Brutal is true. The truth is usually brutal, Sakura.
That's right. I got that sent to me, and you know what? That was AI.
Maybe say that before playing the recording because you worked at Mr. Beast and you know how people will just watch the recording and then click off of the video without ever hearing your disclaimer that it was AI generated. Oh, but then you wouldn't get as much money from views because this AI generated disinformation video is the one that got your channel monetized.
That's crazy. Whoa, Soggy's literally... Bro, Soggy's talking my points. That's crazy. Because I was saying this before the Soggy video. I was like, he's only milking this Mr. Beast shit to monetize his channel at this point. That's all he is. And then I sat back. I was like, wait a minute. How the fuck wasn't he monetized already? His watch time and view upload schedule should have already had to be monetized. Unless he stopped uploading and just gave up and let 2 years go by and the channel just stopped being profitable. Or being allowed to go through monetization. I don't know, bro. But yeah, Jake definitely did this just to make money off of the retroactive views that the other Mr. Beast videos were doing. That is the only reason he made this video.
That's my brand, is being honest and crying a lot.
And then after making those slanderous
pathetic
claims, accepted another $50,000 from Jimmy with no strings attached.
Which is crazy. I'm gonna admit it. Like, why? Why, Jimmy? Why would you pay this fucking leech of a human? Oh, Jimmy, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you? Why? Jim, I still am in shock to this day that out of everybody that ever covered the Mr. Beast stuff, the only person that got paid by Mr. Beast is Jake Weddle. I wasn't paid. Nick wasn't paid. Augie Kim, fucking Xylee, FPS Diesel, all these people. Think of every single person in the commentary community that was against this group of people. I don't know if Augie was 100%. I don't know. I don't talk to Augie, so maybe I don't want to speak for him. But, like, the people that you know that have covered this, right? None of us have taken a paycheck from Mr. Beast. But Jake has. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that really, really, really indicative to the situation that's going on here?
There's a lot more to be said about him.
That's my brand, is being honest and crying a lot.
And about how DogPack manipulated him. But let's first continue with all of the lies and manipulation of DogPack404. Now, for the visual learners watching, you'll see that I have behind me a wall. And this wall features most of DogPack404's accusations. And I say most because at this point there are just so many that I might have forgotten a few. And every time I disprove one of his accusations, it'll be crossed through with red marker. Every time I prove one to be uncertain, I'll add a blue question mark to it. And every time an accusation DogPack made is true, I'll add a green check mark to it. And I know that you, and I, and everyone else wants to know about the illegal lottery.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. I just saw some. Okay, this is totally no. I'm not talking about that right now. Get that out of my face. Why is Elucid back? Why?
Then Mr. B.
Why is he tweeting crazy shit? What the fuck is going on?
Really commit 3 malicious and predatory illegal lotteries as get-rich-quick scheme? But I will talk about them throughout my video in between all of the other accusations, starting right now with the alleged illegal lottery number 3 claim of DogPack404. Or should I say doctoring up—
Don't worry about it. I got distracted by something.
Evidence to
somebody sent me something and I was just like, God damn it.
Make more convincing claims you knew to be untrue.
We'll talk about it later.
404. Yeah, Dawson. I'm the—
Chris sent the Elucid diss track on him. Yeah, I'll send the Elucid diss track and just tweet it at him.
The first one who noticed. See, for the third illegal lottery, by sure to be in a video live stream, DogPack claims they only informed people on the website that no purchase was—
Hold on, pause if you want to read. The website did have no purchase necessary link hidden at the bottom of the page, but there's no mention of this anywhere on the stream. The title was literally buy this shirt to be in a video, and Mr. Beast said that they were selecting random winners from the Shopify order list. All the clips I saw were the same thing, buy the next blank minutes for a chance to be in a video.
Necessary. But did you read the description? You know, the description which I got via the Wayback Machine, where it literally says free entry available on site? Oh, but wait, you never actually found the description of that video, did you? You just made it look that way by doctoring up this fake YouTube UI. So you'd be more convincing and it'd look as if you had access—
Excuse me? A fake YouTube UI? I'm sorry, what?
The studio original video and description, so people would more easily believe you. But I want you, the viewer, to closely compare these two layouts. This one is the UI when he talks about the—
October 16th, 2021.
Buy a shirt to be in my video live stream, and this one is the actual current YouTube UI.
Oh my god. It's not even the same icon. It's not even the same icon, dude. It's not even the same. It's a— look at the difference in the icon. Oh my god. That's so fucking crazy. I love that.
You see whenever DogPack shows a screen recording of public videos you can still watch. And when putting the two side by side, you can see that the UI for the illegal live stream is not the real YouTube UI. Instead of rounded corners, they're sharp, the likes are gone, the upload date is in a completely wrong spot where it has—
Which is true, that the upload date's definitely the bigger one. I want to see that again.
Side, you can see that the UI for the illegal live stream is not the real YouTube UI. Instead of rounded corners, they're sharp, the likes are gone, the upload date is in a completely wrong spot.
Yeah, because the upload date's never in that area. I can look at it right here. Boom, Willie Mac show, right there. If this was closed, The date would not be underneath his name. That's fucking funny, dude.
Spot where it has never been, and the button sizes and title font just seem off. And no, it's not because he found an older YouTube UI via the Wayback Machine like I did, because they don't hide likes, and YouTube has never had this exact UI. Sure, it had sharp corners once, but not in combination with these exact other UI elements. But you want to know the funniest part? Even the re-uploaded version that DogPack found and then added a manipulative fake YouTube UI to actually had copied the original live stream's description. So even in the re-upload he found, it says that there's a free entry option.
I didn't see that the
version that DogPack found and then added a manipulative fake YouTube UI to actually had copied the original live stream's description. So even in the re-upload he found, it says that there's a free entry option. Yet he still doctored up this fake UI to make his intentional lies more convincing. Nah, I'm just kidding. Funniest part is that Mr. Beast verbally says it on stream.
Go shopmrbeast.com, buy the shirt or hoodie. You could be one of the people that come down and compete in the video. There's also a free entry on the site as well. If you just 100 of which are going to be picked from you know, people that buy the shirt or hoodie, or if you enter for free on the site as well, it's, that's an option as well. So,
oh my god, you're so sneaky. Now, when someone is
that's amazing. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Why? Why go through the extra effort? If you could just go to the Wayback Machine, take the snippet from there, and have the original, why build a whole new UI? I'm answering my own question. It's to be a snake. It's to make it seem worse than it really is. I'm already answering my own fucking question. That's
prepared to doctor up evidence to make potentially incriminating lies more convincing, it automatically puts every single one of their accusations that isn't bulletproof into question. So throughout this video, you'll also see that there are multiple examples of him leaving out crucial details from evidence that would easily disprove the accusations he's making. Because Dawson loves framing things deceitfully to push his personal agenda.
Shopify dashboard, we just have like a random number generator, and then like we just put the number, like if there's 1,000 orders, we just put it, picks a number between 1 and 1,000, then my people give me the name.
Wait a second, Mr. Beast is only picking out of the Shopify list? Well, does that mean he's only giving away 2 paid entries after all? No, you can be part of a Shopify giveaway without having to make any purchase whatsoever.
I want to encourage participation in giveaway. Many e-commerce brands running social media giveaways prompt participants to engage in various actions such as following the brand, sharing the post, commenting, tagging friends, signing up for email lists, liking posts, or uploading photos and videos. The simpler the entry process, the higher the participation rate. Some brands even consider each action a separate entry along with participants accumulating multiple entries. That's crazy.
Whatsoever. These are some generic examples of how to enter Shopify giveaways for free on the official Shopify website. Mr. Beast scamming someone out of a lifetime of dog food and then tried silencing the so-called victim on Reddit?
Okay, anytime that any one of these stories came out, it's like, oh, Mr. Beast forgot to pay the blind people. Mr. Beast forgot to pay the dog people. Mr. Beast forgot to pay this person. That doesn't mean he was purposely withholding these funds to fuck these people over just for a video. And that's like the craziest thing to me, is that they would try to scale it up like he was maliciously doing this and like lying to people about this when it's an obvious clerical error. Whoever's in charge of the PR team and the clerical errors that continue to happen through this needs to be fired, and somebody more competent needs to handle this. That's it. But the minute that they were told about what happened and they were like, oh my God, we didn't pay them, they paid them. Why are we trying to make it out like Mr. Beast maliciously didn't pay these people? It is crazy to me. Like, if he turned around and said, no, fuck you, we did pay you. If he turned around and said that, no, fuck you, we paid. Fuck you, you're asking for more money. You're just trying to drain more of the bank account. You know, like something like that, right? Then there's an argument to be made on that and showing proof of that. But the second it was brought up, they were paid. Why make it more malicious than what it really is? Again, clerical errors and a bad employee does not equal malice. It doesn't. It doesn't equal somebody trying to lie. Whoever's in charge of that for these promotional videos or these videos that are helping the community and shit on his main channel, who's ever in charge of that needs to be fired and a new person needs to be instilled, because they fucked up a bunch But again, they're trying to attribute malice to it. That Mr. Beast purposely didn't pay these people. Instead of it being a fuck up.
As fake giveaways go, I'm sort of limited in what I can say without exposing confidential information and getting sued. So my official statement is that sometimes things slip through the cracks, and personally, I believe that is intentional. Here's one example where—
Personally, I believe that is that framing of it being malicious is just so fucking snaky, dude. What if it is? I believe personally that it's them on purpose trying to fuck over charities. Why? What is the point of them doing that? That it is intentional to fuck people over. What is the intentionality behind that? When the brand is literally built on helping people. What is the point?
someone on Reddit posted saying that they were promised free dog food for life in exchange for letting Mr. Beast use them in a video. 5 months later, they still haven't received their dog food. I actually sent this post to someone who works at Mr. Beast, and they said they were going to send it to the PR team, and then the Reddit post got taken down. So I don't know if it got resolved.
Not true.
You're such an idiot.
Here is a message from the Reddit user stating Mr. Beast did reach out to them, as well as everyone else. Apparently this user just hadn't noticed at first because the Mr. Beast company's email went to the user's spam folder.
That person's an idiot. That fucking I'm gonna start like quote unquote victim blaming. The dipshit on Reddit that made that post didn't check their spam folder. Dude, if you are waiting for a like money or like a year worth, like a lifetime supply of something, why the fuck aren't you checking every one of your folders? I don't get, these people aren't adults, they're fucking children.
The issue got resolved, and then the Reddit post got deleted.
Sometimes things slip through the cracks, and personally, I believe that is intentional.
Oh, yeah.
Dogpack sounds like Kermit the Frog. If Kermit the Frog had Down syndrome and a malicious bone in his body, he would be Dogpack. He would be.
Oh, the new Feastables formula has more sugar and calories than Hershey's?
Mr. Beast changed the formula again to where it has mostly the same ingredients as Hershey's and even more sugar and more calories per bar.
Well, that'd be pretty messed up after Mr. Beast actively advertised his chocolate to be healthier than Hershey's. Luckily, it's just another lie. Dogpack is being deceitful here because he's comparing a single serving size 43 grams Hershey's bar to a 2 serving size 60 grams Feast.
And I'm gonna be honest, people might disagree with me, and we're gonna have to fight. But, like, I like the Feastables bars. I like them a lot more than Hershey's. I tried them at Keeb's place with the fucking, the vending machine for the camping trip. I tried the Feastables out of that. I'm not gonna lie. I killed 2 of those single bars, man. They were good. They were actually delicious. I'm not even gonna cap. Like, I'll straight tell you. It sounded great. It tasted great. I tried the Oreo one. Oh. That was good. It was good. I don't care what you say. I thought it was good. I don't care. Sue me.
Feastables bar. Instead of comparing it to a 1 serving size 35.
I'm sorry, chat. My bad take is I think Feastables is better, bro.
Grams Feastables bar. Well, if you recalculate the ingredients of both to 43 grams, then you'll see that Feastables still has less sugar than Hershey's and actually has less calories than the previous formula.
This pit is fake.
No, it's not. Here's footage of them digging the pit. You know what? Here's a crew member's footage of the 2 non-CGI buses and non-CGI train being in the pits after they drove them in there.
Shredder is CGI.
Nope. At this timestamp, they do shred an actual Lamborghini in a legitimate shredder. But I will say that when they use CGI, it looks fucking terrible, as if it came straight out of a CW show.
This car is digitally.
Okay, I'm not gonna answer that one. You know what sucks? You know what sucks? And I'm just gonna rant about this, like, just so mildly. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this because this whole section is just, this is all the shit I did not care about, is the allegations that shit was faked. You have to be like an autistic retard to care that Mr. Beast faked stuff. Okay, I want to rant about the other thing. Do you know how crazy it is to, like, share the same name as a degenerate freak? Because, like, you'll go on live streams, like random live streams, you'll just click on one and they'll be like, yeah, Chris is a piece of shit. And I'm like, what? Okay, what did I do? And they're talking about Chris Tyson. Like, all I hear is Chris is a degenerate. Don't hear the context before that. Chris is a piece of shit. Don't hear the context before that. And I'm like, oh, okay, this person doesn't fuck with me. And then they go on a rant about Chris Tyson. I'm like, thank Christ, it's about Chris Tyson.
This pit is fake.
No, it's not. Here's footage of them digging the pit. You know what? Here's a crew member's footage of the 2 non-CGI buses and non-CGI train.
Chris is a common name. I know. That's why it's annoying. See, I wish I had a more unique name.
Being in the pits after they drove them in there.
Shredder is CGI.
Nope, at this timestamp they do shred an actual Lamborghini in a legitimate shredder. But I will say that when they use CGI, it looks fucking terrible, as if it came straight out of a CW show.
This car is digitally lifted.
This car isn't digitally lifted, however they did change the original red coloring to blue to make a visual distinction between the first rocket car they launched and failed, which was red, and the second one they launched, which succeeded, but was also red. Because they were scared that both cars...
Oh shit! I didn't notice that last time.
The second one they launched, which succeeded, but was also red.
Oh.
Because they were scared that both cars being red might confuse the audience, so in post, they just changed the second one's color to blue. But there was no digital lift.
What you're saying.
But that's like crazy to me that he said it with such confidence. He's like, yep, digitally lifted, totally fake, no extrapolation deeper than that. Totally fake. How? Where are you getting this confidence from? Who are the people talking to you? I'm starting to believe that a group... Okay, hear me out here. This is true tinfoil schizo theory shit, okay? I believe schizophrenically, okay? Not in an actual belief, just straight schizo tinfoil hat theory. There's a group of people within the Mr. Beast company that straight up hate Dogpack. And what they've been doing is feeding him bullshit information so that he looks like a retard later. That is like so schizophrenic, it makes no sense. But like, it would be so funny. It would be like genuinely funny if there was like 2 or 3 employees that were like, you know what? Just to fuck with this guy, we're going to give him all this info, make him feel like he's on top of the world, and just watch him just like crash down and brought down to earth.
The things that you're saying are truly in good faith, and that you're not a...
That's a crazy theory. It's totally not real. It's totally in some kind of realm of schizophrenia that developed in my brain for a moment.
You're not a disgruntled employee.
You can watch my video and like view it through the lens of, oh, this guy's just a disgruntled employee.
It's not viewing from the lens. That's what you are. You had 3 weeks at a company and got fired because you didn't get an Apple Vision Pro. You were a disgruntled employee and everyone knew it. And you trying to do, well, you could look at it in the lens like that, try to downplay everybody, being like, wait, who the fuck is this guy? Ooh.
The evidence still speaks for itself.
Of course.
But the evidence still speaks for itself.
Of course.
No, it doesn't. And Oopaville going, of course. Holy fuck, Caleb. How did you go, of course? Christ. How did these people buy this bullshit?
This accusation of DogPack404 actually upset this engineering YouTuber who passionately worked on that rocket car for months to get it working. Just
Wait,
this
I didn't
engineering
see the comment.
YouTuber.
That car 100% was not digitally lifted. Posted changed the color because they didn't want the viewers to confuse it with the last jet car, the red one that didn't go as well. Warped, a different YouTuber, did all the work for that car, kind of messed up to accuse it of being fake when he put in all that effort. Okay, let's pull up Warp's channel. I'm curious. Warped perception. I built the Mr. Beast experiment.
An entire football field worth of school bus.
There is a fucking video here of him working on the car.
All our testing is done. Now it's time to get this car on the trailer and take it to Mr. Beast. We're gonna pull over.
This is literally him building the fucking car.
Hope that everything works the way that I designed it. All right, here we go.
What about the car with the wings on it? I'm curious about that one. We built a jet-powered car for Mr. Beast under Donut. So these guys worked on these cars. That's crazy.
Who passionately worked on that rocket car for months to get it working, just to have this goober claim that it's faked. But Dawson doesn't care about collateral damage done to others. He doesn't mind throwing people in front of non-CGI buses to push his own agenda. He did it with the rocket car YouTuber. He did it with that tricked employee's phone recording they showed without his consent. He tried doing it with me by calling me overdramatic, pressuring me into making a video accusing Mr. Beast with uncertain and refutable evidence, which by now I know to be untrue, which he doubled down on, by the way. Every other commentary YouTuber did it without getting sued, even though
yeah, guess what, asshole? They're just regurgitating your retarded points. Your patience, 0. This is why people like Pegasus are fucking mindless drones. This is ridiculous. At least they have the culpability to be able to turn around and go, "Oh, well, I was just covering things as they were coming out. I have no actual conversations with DogPack. I was just covering what was coming out at the time." Yeah, okay. That's how they can obfuscate this shit, which is gay, and you should never let them fucking forget that they did this. But DogPack, you and Rosanna in particular, and Jake, in my opinion, are the fucking problem. You're the ones that are causing all of this additional hysteria to come out. You need to be sued. I'm calling for it now.
Just because a lot of YouTubers tried milking the situation and threw unsubstantiated, easily disprovable accusations out there for clout, views, and money without getting sued, doesn't make it an okay thing to do, DogPack. Or do you think it's acceptable?
Well, hold on. I just read something.
Out there for clout, views, and money without getting sued doesn't make it...
Me and maybe Rosanna are the only people at risk. You, Rosanna, Jake, I'm going to be honest, surprise witness, might be on the chopping block too. Cam Nuggets, working with you guys might.
An okay thing to do, DogPack? Or do you think it's acceptable to make false CP allegations? Which, maybe I should talk about that for a second.
Which, I can't believe Tommy's thumbnail made it in this fucking video, dude. That's so funny.
See, in a recent video on Rosanna Pansino's channel, DogPack404 claimed to have...
Okay, I didn't cover this. All right, I did not cover this. Do you want... I will tell you all my take on this, okay? I never talked about this because, honestly, there was other things going on. Thank you for the 11 months, Lord of the Destruction. Appreciate you. My position on this is that Rosanna and DogPack were culpable in the idea that they thought that they had CSAM and reacted to said CSAM on a computer. Put the CSAM, what they thought was CSAM, in a thumbnail to A/B test it to make the video perform better. This wasn't them trying to be objective. This is them reacting to what they thought was CP. End of conversation. Because they thought they had an own. It wasn't even a work group chat. Chris Tyson wasn't even commenting on the sexuality of Ivanka Trump that I am aware of in a really degenerate manner. They were talking about a pedophile involving Ivanka. And I'm pretty sure Chris Tyson thought that they were an underage person, which crazy and degenerate that they would even post it in a group chat and talk about it. 100% agree here. But there's not a lot to go off of. And accusing Mr. Beast of harboring a work group chat with CSAM in it and then reacting to said CSAM is fucking insane for you to do, and then try and turn it on the rest of us like it's our problem. That's crazy to me.
Access to leaked work chat messages, with one of them being Ava Chris Tyson distributing alleged CP of Ivanka Trump. Except DogPack doesn't always use the term alleged.
Yeah, this is the most disgusting one by far. Well, actually, the CP was probably more disgusting.
And he also proudly admitted to having downloaded that uncensored alleged CP on a now deleted community post, and admits to having reverse image searched what he thought was CP.
That is a crazy thing to say on... Oh my god, I can't believe that. I reversed image searched what I thought was CP. If you think that there is CP somewhere, you are not equipped to handle it. You should not be reverse image searching it. You should not be touching it. You should just report that immediately to the authorities. Immediately. It shouldn't be put on a website. It shouldn't be put on YouTube. It shouldn't be reacted to by Rosanna and DogPack on a 14 million sub YouTube channel. It shouldn't have been used. It shouldn't have been used in the thumbnails. It should have gone to the authorities. And then when the authorities make the determination and tell you what it actually is, then you can maybe talk about it. But you still shouldn't be using the image. Oh, God. This woman's a mother and did a reaction video to what they thought was CSAM. This woman's a mother. Realize that. She has a family. Think about that. Think about that. She has a family. Is she not a mom? She acts like a fucking mom. Don't they have kids? They need a family vlogging channel with her husband. She has no kids. Okay, my bad. Apologies, Rosanna. Went over the line with that one. But you still have an obligation with your own family, even if it's just dogs and a husband, right? What if you had your own child? And you're going to react to that shit? Don't you have friends and family that have children? Nieces, nephews? Why would you ever think that this was a good idea? Imagine if that was like your niece or nephew, Rosanna, and two assholes on YouTube did a reaction video to CSAM. What if, why wouldn't you think about that? Here's why. It's because she's an egomaniac that needs to get a W on Mr. Beast and his community for laughing at her for being mad about being cut from a fucking hide and seek video. That's all she's doing.
In the video, obviously Dawson French himself was called out for owning and reverse image searching what he believed was fucking CP because—
Did I see her in the Nick stream? Yeah, I saw the posts. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I have it saved in the investigations chat. I have saved so many things and it was so long ago. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it because I'm pretty sure Jessica Pizzle fucking posted it. Hold on. Yep, nope. Can't find it. That's in my general chat. Whoever can find me that tweet of Jessica, like, having all the meltdown of a Rosanna in Nick's chat, I would greatly appreciate it.
That is weird and a crime.
Of CP are not protected under First Amendment rights and are illegal contraband under federal law. The legal definition of sexually explicit conduct does not require that an image depict a child engaging in a sexual activity. A picture of a naked child may constitute illegal CP.
So he deleted that community post to then lie about never having had the uncensored CP.
What a retard. WestJet is very interesting. That he is just gun guarding this shit the entire time. How the fuck am I getting accused of possessing CP when all I did was download the Mr. Beast work chat? You have it now. You downloaded it. They told you there might be alleged CP in there, and you downloaded it. I wasn't expecting to see allegedly 13-year-old Ivanka Trump in a sheer top. I thought it was an edgy meme or some shit. Anyway, by every legal definition, I never actually possessed or distributed the uncensored image. You gave it to Rosanna to react to in a YouTube video. And then Rosanna and DogPack getting called out. Rosanna goes into Nick's chat. I wanted to see your daddy Keem. Can you get Keem on? Oh, God. I don't want to watch them do that. Did Keem give you permission to talk about this? Everyone, let's summon Keem. Oh, God. This is so pathetic. We want Keem. We want Keem. We want Keem. We want Keem. Oh, my God. There's Adam McIntyre. Oh, Adam, bro. Like, we're cool, Adam. We're cool. But you bet the wrong horse in Rosanna, bro. You're dealing with, like, a complete fucking schizophrenic. Thanks for the views, Diorio. See, right there? That shows the egomania right there. That shows how much of a manic this person is. They're literally talking about the work in the work chat. It's not a work chat. It was a meme chat that was converted into a work chat later on and then died later. So, Rosanna's completely off base and wrong here, per usual. Watching grown men say meme chat is a safe place to post pedo memes with co-workers is wild. Nobody said any of that. As far as I'm concerned, these pedo memes shared by Mr. Beast are fine because of reasons. That's not what anyone said. Keem, log into your real account, not drama alert. What? Huh? Is she trying to make a joke about LolCow Live? I don't care about Mr. Beast. You own your own leak chats say otherwise. She's so mad. She's so mad that Keemstar said we have to cancel her. In context to her bitching about being cut from a YouTube video. She is so mad about that. I love that. I love that that triggered her that much. Been trying and failing for more than 20 years to be famous, not to create just to be famous. Yeah, it's great. I love that. This is so funny to me. Oh, God. What else? Uh-oh. You want to draw attention to your own league work chats where you guys are constantly attacking women? Constantly attacking women? Excuse me. Excuse me, bitch. There's a lot of men in there. Second, you and Anissa Jomha had it coming. So, take that what you will. Dumb bitches get dumb rewards. Like a bunch of autistic commentary channels talking shit on them in a group chat. Oh my God, the humanity! The humanity. Bitch. Uh-oh. He's spooked about his own leak group chats. You do realize that we've been memeing on this for like a year now, right? Like, you fucking dumbass. Okay, these are all... Once you get permission from Papa Keem on what to say is hilarious. Well, there's this thing called confidentiality. A lot of times when people tell me things, I am told them in confidence, and I do not repeat those things. Everyone who does drama content tends to do that. Because we don't want to be like DogPack and you, bitch, who has to have egg on their face later because they're retarded. Mr. Beast has lost 60% of his long-form views in the last 3 months. Panic is setting in. No, it isn't. To be honest, I think the Soggy Cereal video, if it keeps gaining the viewership necessary and Mr. Beast makes a response that hopefully isn't dog shit, he's going to be just fine. He's going to be fine. If Mr. Beast actually makes the response video and it's not complete cope and dog shit, he's going to be fine. He'll be fine. You throw a few more insults before you go. Whore. How about that? Why did you share a private convo you promised you wouldn't? Which is shitty on Keem. I'll say that. Shitty. It's shitty that Keem told everyone. But come on, it's Keem. They're going to be on the stream. Why is internet anarchist? Rosanna, can you see me? I would call in. Keem's too scared to get in a call with me without holding his hand. This is so pathetic. One of the most damning videos on Keem is any video on Keem. No, it isn't. There are really shitty Keemstar exposed videos. Like really, really, really terrible Keemstar exposed videos. There really are. You make sexist jokes as you want, Gooner. Yeah, you're a whore. You're a dumb bimbo whore. That's all you are and all you will ever be. And people can hype you up all you want, but you know it deep down inside. That's all you are. I only listen to Keem because Diori only listens to Keem. That's absolutely crazy. And everyone talks about the leak group chats, right? Like these retards like Rosanna. They don't recognize like how many times Nick has pushed back on Keem on things. Keem's too scared. This is ridiculous. Do I have to keep reading these? I feel like we kind of like get the schizophrenic meltdown of Rosanna. Okay, do I have to read the rest?
On someone else's YouTube video. Funny thing is that it only took 1 hour for people to find this tweet about that exact picture of it.
Which, shout out, I don't know who found it first, but I saw it from Paige Christie. Shout out Paige for finding it in like 10 to 15 minutes. Shout out to Paige. That she found out the Ivanka Trump stuff was complete bullshit in like 10 to 15 minutes.
18-year-old Ivanka Trump being in a GQ magazine. It legitimately took 1 hour to not falsely accuse someone of distributing CP.
It's like he constantly lies to get himself out of trouble, and only when he's run out of lies and in face of a serious trouble and he's run out of options does he reveal the truth. Then he tries to pull the LOL I said allegedly thing again. I said, as Ava alleges. I said, in my opinion. I said, may. I said, if.
This is the most disgusting one by far. Actually, the CP was probably more disgusting.
Yeah, where is the alleged CP, bro?
So either DogPack knew that it wasn't CP and made those false accusations anyways, or he's just a fucking idiot who can't even use Google. But that wasn't the only lie in that video, was it, Dawson?
This isn't a work chat. This is just a small snapshot of a company chat, but it's, I think, one of many. I've heard that there's other company chats that they communicate on.
Yes.
And
it wasn't a work chat. It was created as an NSFW meme chat by already known degenerate Ava ChrisTheNarc. There's even examples of Ava getting mad whenever anyone talks about anything work-related.
That's work stuff. This is a non-company meme chat. Amazing detective work, Rosanna. Incredible detective work by Rosanna and DogPack here. Just give them a round of applause, guys. Genius. Genius people.
This is just a small snapshot of a company chat. Small snapshot of a company chat.
What you're saying, the things that you're saying are truly in good faith, and that you're not a disgruntled employee.
You can watch my video and like view it through the lens of, oh, this guy's just a disgruntled employee, but the evidence still speaks for itself.
However, at one point it was changed to a work chat by Ava, at which point she also kicked everyone unrelated out of there, but then the chat instantly died because obviously no one else, including Jimmy, wanted to use it as a work chat. Now, I will say that even though this image is confirmed not to be CP, Ava did seem to think it was at the time, and so...
Alright, hold on. I need to lean back
work
on
chat.
that.
Now, I will say that even though this image is confirmed not to be CP, Ava did seem to think it was at the time, and
So this video is allegedly Ivanka Trump when she was 13. Her modeling agent, John Calabasas, has been accused of pedophilia, but a reverse search of the image brings up 54 results, and most are messages bored of people using the image randomly. If this is true, they really tried to wipe this shit from the internet. This thread is a nightmare with receipts. How is this shit not being addressed? So the thing is, though, is that it's not Ava talking about them in a sexualized manner. It's Ava talking about the pedophile story in of itself. So I don't know how they said that Ava was like purposely sharing CP for like pleasure.
So this proves that
I don't know how you could do that.
She is even worse than we thought and is a disgusting individual. However,
it is gross that they posted a photo and they're thinking it was a 13-year-old. Totally fair on the side of that. But if you just read the context, it changes that a lot. But still weird that they thought that it was 13 and put it in a meme chat. Still weird.
The way DogPack tried distributing what he believes was a picture of a
and on top of that, Ava wasn't saying that they were hot or like some weird shit like that. Ava just was like, Chris was just like, isn't this story insane? They barely censored this at first, by the way. They censored it more after receiving backlash for setting allegedly barely censored CP on YouTube. Turned out it wasn't even CP. Lol.
Actually abused child to thousands of possibly child viewers wasn't to inform people of degenerate Ava ChrisTheNarc, but instead was to push his own agenda, framing Mr. Beast into allegedly knowing that Ava was a confirmed pedophile. It's so disgusting. See, I say framing because if you look at all of the messages around that image, it's a huge rant from not just Ava but other people as well about pedophiles exposed by the hacker group Anonymous in this Twitter thread she linked with that picture of Ivanka Trump, because it was in that Twitter thread, as well as a rant about Jeffrey Epstein and billionaire pedos. And I don't think context matters here on Ava Tyson's side. I still think this is fucking disgusting. However, I do think context matters for the people perceiving Ava ChrisThyson's messages. I'm sorry, but if I'd see my friend actively ranting about pedophiles and bashing them, I'd actively be convinced to not think they're a pedophile when they send degenerate memes like this. I just cringe on the inside while thinking that they have a degenerate sense of Zoomer humor. Even Trey Yates, the person who leaked the work chat to DogPack and Rosanna, refers to those memes as a weird thing Ava found funny in the past instead of confirmed pedophile messages.
A lot of the edgy type of content and a lot of the edgy cringeworthy humor started with Ava. Like she sent a bunch of messages that probably shouldn't have been sent in a work group chat just because she thought it was funny at the time.
So even he, who actively dislikes Mr. Beast, didn't even notice.
So with all this evidence, I think it's definitely fair to say that Jimmy knew about Ava Tyson's behavior.
Oh god, DogPack, you malicious fucking piece of shit, man. I knew it since day one.
Rosanna Pansino and DogPack404 reported Jimmy Beast to the FBI, so he's...
Any retard can report someone to the FBI. Any dumbass can report anybody to the FBI. I can literally report, like, my neighbor to the FBI. Does that mean that it's important? No. Does it mean that the FBI is gonna act upon it? No. Like,
Gotta be a pedophile. I think people vastly underestimate just how easy you can report someone to the FBI. Even as a non-American citizen myself, I just created this entire forum of Rosanna Pansino and Dawson French, aka DogPack404, distributing CP in 2 minutes on the tips.fbi.gov, which I will now submit to the FBI. Soggy Cereal reported Rosanna Pansino and Dawson French to the FBI. Holy shit, they've gotta be guilty now. See what I did there? Also, I didn't submit this because unlike 2 other creators, I'd rather not waste the FBI's time from finding actual CP distributors to push a selfish, manipulative, and personal agenda, and manipulating Rosanna Pansino so you could use her bigger...
Stop. It's not just manipulating. Rosanna 100% is on board with this shit. I refuse to believe that she was manipulated. I refuse.
Channel to spread this disinformation is so vile. Look, I knew you were petty, Dawson, but I never expected you to stoop this low. He also tried dragging the famous anime Higehiro and its fandom through the mud by saying it's about a 26-year-old having a romantic relationship with a minor.
Let's see if Jimmy knew about Ava's concerning behavior. June of 2021, he sends a message of an anime called Higehiro, or Higehiro. It says, I bet Chris would love this show. Why?
What's this show about?
Well, it's interesting that you ask, because the show is about a romantic relationship between a 26-year-old salaryman and a 17-year-old high school runaway.
Jimmy in the chats is saying...
What a way to describe it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. Does anyone know, like, the actual description? Because I don't want to look it up. I don't want that in my search history. What is that show really about? Because obviously DogPack and Rosanna are making it out to be the worst thing imaginable. And anime is degenerate. What is that show even about? Just wait. Okay, he talks about it.
I bet Chris would love this show because it's right up her alley.
Why do you think Chris would love that show, Jim?
And Mr. Beast saying Ava would love this? Even though the anime is about the exact opposite.
He posted that one thing about the anime with the, like, adult getting in a relationship with a...
That's okay. Here's the thing. That's a lie. That is such a bullshit lie. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Said,
No. The context of that anime, that show is about a 26-year-old guy, okay? He takes in this runaway girl who is selling herself to prostitution. She's like 17 or whatever, 16. I don't remember. She's 17, 16. She's selling her body because she ran away from home because some other shit happened. And I remember this because my friend tried showing this to me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It turned out it was actually a very wholesome show about this dude kind of teaching her like how to get through like all this trauma that she had in her life. There was never any romantic intentions there. Sure, if you watch the anime in the first episode, the girl was coming on to him, but the guy rejected her and saw her as a daughter. That whole show, he had a whole nother love interest in that show this whole time. This was never about the dude getting into...
Lumpy Willie W, bro! Lumpy Willie W just straight up eviscerates it. So the show is about an older man that takes in a runaway teenager. That runaway teenager had a rough life. They try coming on to them. They say no. And there's no actual romantic entanglements. There's no fan service like trying to say the 17-year-old wants to fuck the adult outside of that singular interaction. But guys, Ava Chris Tyson would love this show because reasons.
To a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old.
You guys actively pissed off the entire anime side of Twitter with this one. So this again more so proves Jimmy didn't know.
So with all this evidence, I think it's definitely fair to say that Jimmy knew about Ava Tyson's behavior.
Wanna know the worst of all? DogPack and Rosanna used what they thought was a CP picture as clickbait for their fucking thumbnail. They even A/B tested 3 versions of it. You know, just trying to get some more views by putting alleged CP in your quirky thumbnails. Will the allegedly abused child garner more views with a red background or the pink background? Following their logic, they are now both confirmed pedophiles and should have 100.
And the silent man's romantic interest is in his boss, who's a few years older than him. Finally, an anime that sounds not pedophilic.
% known that of one another. I can't, dude. I can't. In this video, where they do all this, a DogPack dares to try and invalidate my past accusations that his video IDs he came up with while working at Mr. Beast were weirding and creeping employees out.
I suggested a video for breast cancer awareness about buying 1,000 boobs. Like maybe not the most...
That was his idea. A Mr. Beast video primarily aimed at children. Your idea was to get 1,000 breast implants. That was gonna be the gimmick. Oh god.
Special way to phrase it, you know, it's a little clickbaity or whatever. Like the actual video is supposed to be paying for vasectomies and cosmetic surgeries for breast cancer
That's
survivors.
amazing. That's wonderful.
With the thumbnail.
That's amazing and that's wonderful. God, Rosanna, you could just You know you could take Dawson's cock out of your mouth, right?
A title like these? Oh, wait. If this wasn't supposed to be creepy or weird, then why did you make sure to blur the title and thumbnail when showing it on screen? Don't be shy, I still got the sharp version. Oh, was it because 4 objectified headless pairs of boobs with the MrBeast clickbait face in the title, I bought 1,000 boobs, wasn't in line with your I'm not a weird creep agenda you were trying to push? Yeah, this, it's about cancer awareness message seems more like you realizing your manager didn't think that joke objectifying women was funny, and you're then desperately trying to save your own skin by, you know, using cancer, especially when you also sent in these work IDs such as Baby Battle Royale with
Baby Battle Royale. Are you fucking kidding me? There's no way. Hold on.
Using cancer, especially when you also sent in these work IDs such as Baby Battle Royale with
Office City, rob a bank and have police chase. If the police catch you, they tase you. Get 500K, make it real as possible. Hire a news helicopter team. Baby Battle Royale. Put babies in a circle with weapons. If baby leaves or cries, they're eliminated. Parents watch from above. Last baby standing or crawling wins $1 million. That was his idea.
With babies carrying assault rifles, or MrBeast does every drug challenge. Were those also for Breast Cancer Awareness Month? Also, didn't you say that MrBeast is mainly targeted toward kids?
Encouraging like almost children simping for these people.
Yeah, it's a little crazy that you're trying to suggest things that are not child-centric. Child-centric, baited. That's crazy. MrBeast does every drug. What? The guy that has all the children watching him in the entire world just starts doing LSD and cocaine on camera. He's like, "Hey kids, I'm gonna try this new drug called fentanyl. Like, if I don't die, you guys get $1 million."
Gained most of his audience since then, and his content's only gotten younger. Now, MrBeast intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds.
What happened to that claim? Look, I expected them at the end of the video to say that it was some twisted parody, but nope, they seem pretty proud of their slanderous content where they admitted to committing multiple alleged federal crimes. So, same time next week? But his collateral damage doesn't end with allegedly abused children. He also uses old people. For example, he tried using contestant 58 from the ages 1 to 100 video by claiming that he didn't really wink.
In this video, this wink was added in post.
And that number 58 didn't hear number 42 getting out of the booth.
In fact, 58 was actually on the far opposite side of the room from 42, and he just didn't hear him.
And because of that, number 58, a 58-year-old man, was so confused and getting harassed online to the point he felt that he had to make a TikTok about it.
Hey guys, Mr. 58. Been a while since I posted anything, but something's really been concerning me a little bit. I've been seeing things on the internet that have said I didn't wink in the MrBeast video 1 to 100. I did wink. I winked a few times, as a matter of fact. The other thing that's been said is I didn't hear 42 say he was stepping out of his cube. Yes, I heard 42 say he was stepping out of his cube. I did it on my own accord to step out with 2 seconds left on the clock. I know of nothing in that video that was staged whatsoever, and I don't know why these rumors are going over the internet that these things didn't happen. Everything that I did in that video, and nothing was edited after the fact. Everybody be good and have a great day.
This is just...
What an easy way to just slap down this bullshit. He's just like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. All this shit was real. I waved at the camera, so what? What the... Bro, old people in internet drama is great.
This is just sad. I actually got mad seeing this old sweet guy get so upset. And what was DogPack's proof for these claims? Well, I've got to preview the 1 to 100 video once, so now you've got to believe every baseless claim.
Wait, this meeting was run by Mac. It was ages 1 to 100. First cut didn't have the revenge storyline. Mac said he could add a wink in post by turning the wink into a blink. MrBeast also fakes his videos and rigs his challenges. I don't know why you're running defense for him. You haven't provided any proof of this. Yeah, what is the point of this? Wait, you also saw it in pre-production. You didn't see the final edit of it. And the revenge storyline was also not in there, so you never actually saw the final product. Quick question. Any chance to be down to come watch the 1 to 100 video from 3 to 4 until 6? Tyler wants to get a variety of people's opinions. Also, I'm assembling a little group. Let me know if you're down and available. Hey, I'd love to. Awesome. Thank you. What's the creative team do your lead? Talk to them. 50 minutes today. I want to get feedback on main channel concepts. Thanks. I lead all the teams. All right.
I make around it. Because you're so trustworthy, Dawson. I'd rather believe the sweet old guy who literally was in the video.
Everybody be good and have a great day.
He did it with Mark Bates, a random subscriber contestant.
I subscribed to MrBeast and literally won $1 million. I literally was in this video right here, and all I did was subscribe. I had no relationship with MrBeast or anything like that. And they flew me down to North Carolina. I live in Cleveland, and changed my life forever. Literally, all I did was subscribe.
Who won $1 million and then made a video after winning that prize, which DogPack just took a very out of context clip from.
Another example of things slipping through the cracks.
The second thing that I probably would do different is invest. I talked to Jimmy after I won $1 million, after I finally got the remaining amount in my bank account. I was telling him, I was like, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to be like how everybody's saying, like I'm gonna run out of money and do all this crazy stuff. I was like, man, Jimmy, please help me. And he said he was gonna help me and we was gonna invest, but yeah, that didn't happen. So
okay, wait a minute. So to that guy and to DogPack, if you give somebody $1 million, here's a question. Here's a moral question for you, or like just a question in general. If somebody gives you $1 million, are you going to expect that person to give you more information or like any sort of like tips and tricks? Just wait.
He didn't invest.
But like still, like hold on. I know I'm pause-anding it, but like even if that is Dawson's argument, right? He's upset that this guy didn't help, Mr. Beast didn't help this guy. Who cares? That's not on Mr. Beast to tell the guy on how to invest his money.
For Mark! Oh wait, what's this clip right after? Which DogPack conveniently didn't put in his video?
Invest, but yeah, that didn't happen, so. Yeah, and let me clarify, Jimmy did help me. Because I know, like I said.
No, and I get that. I get what you guys are saying. Finish the clip. I knew Dawson. It's obvious Dawson was lying here. Obviously, right? It's painfully fucking obvious. This whole video is just proving he's a liar. But like, DogPack's argument makes no sense. If you give somebody $1 million and they're like, you know what, Mr. Beast couldn't help me out that much. So what? Mr. Beast couldn't help you. There you go. But he did. He did. And Dawson's fucking making shit up.
I know y'all be like, oh, he didn't help him. He did help me financially, but like giving me money he did give me funds.
Oh, so Mr. Beast still funded Mark even after winning and spending the $1 million? Okay. Apparently they just had him on a monthly salary at the Mr. Beast company without him having to perform any work there. Well, this guy's a victim. Mark Pate himself was so fucking frustrated from DogPack using this out-of-context clip to push his personal agenda that he made 2 more videos speaking out against all of the DMs he was getting from DogPack's followers.
Channel everywhere. You guys been saying that I'm a victim of Mr. Beast and that he didn't help me. You've been talking about everything. It's not my story, so I really wanted to get up here and tell you guys that Mr. Beast really did come through for me, Jimmy. I love you.
DogPack doesn't give a shit about who or what he uses or...
But again, it doesn't change my argument that even if Mr. Beast didn't help him, who cares? He gave him $1 million fucking dollars. Like, Dawson taking umbrage with that is crazy. And then cuts the context that he's like, yeah, Mr. Beast funded me. Mr. Beast helped me. He gave me that $1 million and he kept me going. I was able to change my life. That is awesome.
Whose life he ruins just to push his own narrative, and it's fucking disgusting. Showing out-of-context clips and snippets is something that DogPack does a lot, by the way. He also did it with Mac when Mr. Beast asked him what he was going to do with the $800,000 he won.
What are you going to spend the $800,000 on? I've got 3 friends of mine, childhood friends of mine, and they don't have a lot of money. I'm going to make sure they don't have to worry about money anymore. I mean, my life's changed now.
Oh, wow. He's going to give it to his 3 less fortunate friends? Well, that is so kind. Let's see what Dawson made of this.
Bathrooms.
What are you going to spend the $800,000 on? I mean, my life's changed now.
Yeah, I'm sure that $800,000 is really going to change your life.
Oh, he cut that whole part out to insinuate Mac was going to spend it on more bathrooms in his huge mansion that he didn't even have.
Mac started working full-time on the editing team at Mr. Beast. Also, he didn't just move into any old house, he moved into a $1 million mansion. His 6,000 square foot $1 million mansion comes with a movie theater and 7 bathrooms.
See, I saw the actual property listing and, well, obviously I can't show this, so you've got to trust me on my word. But the house is on the name of another editor at Mr. Beast, which Mac was sleeping over at because he himself didn't have a house.
But Sauki, didn't you expose Mac for being a liar? Why are you now picking his side?
I don't pick sides, nor do I just blindly hate every person I criticize. What am I, a disgruntled employee acting like a toddler? Mac left Iraq after all. And by the way, I've never seen Mac try and use fake CP to push a personal agenda. Also, DogPack, take that clip from my video out of yours, because now you're using my content to push your lies.
So over the next 7 days, I'm going to be giving 1,000 random people that subscribe a free Samsung Galaxy S24.
How is this legal? I don't get it. All you have to do is subscribe to your channel.
All you have to do to enter to win one of these phones is subscribe.
It's a scam. Holy shit.
The Samsung giveaway was legit. Here you can see old testimonies from random subscribers who won and got contacted by Mr. Beast. Also, PewDiePie never bashed that clip. It's just another example of DogPack's manipulative editing. Now, even though we've only...
Yeah, I was about to say, like, PewDiePie doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would just start screaming, it's a scam, unless he was certain about it.
He touched the tip
I want to see that full context now.
Of the lies of DogPack iceberg so far. I preemptively want to ask Dawson, why would you knowingly spread all of this disinformation? Now, DogPack, something you really shouldn't say because it would make you look real dumb, is either...
He mentioned the fact that he is not a professional journalist.
I am not a professional journalist. That's crazy. Duh! That's why you're fucking up and making up lies. None of us are professional journalists. We're a bunch of idiots on the internet with microphones. Why? This is why I was so shocked that so many people took this guy seriously, like off the jump, off the rip. Unknown variant, zero experience in the commentary call out, internet essay field. All of these things. Why the hell did anyone take this guy seriously? From the jump. Even the video where he's like, oh, the CGI. Why would anyone take that seriously?
Or investigator, just a guy throwing allegations around for other people to properly investigate.
As you did in a desperate attempt to save the little credibility you had left after falsely accusing someone of domestic violence and kicking their dog in your third video. Because this is what you said in your first video, which I'm also disproving.
And I don't want to put a lot of like hearsay into this video. You should just believe the receipts that I'm showing you and not what I'm saying.
Well, I've looked at the receipts, Dawson, and so far they're telling me that you're a lying asshole. And before you try and defend yourself with plausible deniability, I'll just play this clip.
Mr. Beast knows this, but you know, he's a poker player. He likes a little bluffery, a little plausible deniability.
Also, me disproving
oh my god,
cheap attempts at slander from this guy doesn't mean I'm defending this guy. I know a lot of people believe in the delusion that defending Mr. Beast is the safe option. I know there's people have been living on.
It is not. It has never been the safe option. Soggy knows what I'm talking about. All of us, everybody that went against the Mr. Beast narrative and said, hey, there are more important things to focus on and things he should be addressing, not the dumb shit that Surprise Witness, Rosanna, and DogPack and Cam Nuggets and Jake Weddle are putting out. He needs to respond to actual shit. You don't understand. There was a whole wave of people that if you even said once that DogPack was retarded, they'd come running at you. Watch one of the live streams that I did where one guy tried to gaslight me into the James Warren shit, and I was like, no, you're wrong. There were so many people in comment sections and live streams on Twitter and shit that were just gunning for people that were like, hey, we need to like correct this stuff. DogPack's taking it too far. And it turned into we're dick riding Mr. Beast. None of us are. We just see how bad this is.
Under a rock lately, but defending Mr. Beast right now is actual career suicide. While regurgitating DogPack's lies is an easy and safe way to generate millions of views and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in my opinion, blindly taking either side should be heavily frowned upon because there are some very questionable and fucked up decisions Mr. Beast has made that he needs to be held accountable for.
Thank you. There are things he needs to fucking talk about.
I'll get to that. However, to effectively criticize him, help genuine victims, and hold him morally and legally accountable, we must first clear the table of all of the lies that have been spread by Dawson French, aka DogPack404, such as the lie of Feastables using child slavery. It takes a single Google search to find several public articles to prove that from October 2023, the same time when they took their slave-free banner off of the Feastables website, they've been in talks to join Tony Chocolonely's Open Chain Ethical Sourcing Initiative, and did so officially from March 2024, which if you don't know, Tony Chocolonely's is a Dutch chocolate brand known for their goal to produce chocolate as ethically as possible, and one of few companies legitimately doing so. I mean, now Feastables is the first major US-based company who joined them with the goal to actively reduce child labor and slavery in the chocolate production process.
No.
But then, why they take slavery banner off of Feastables website? Well, dear DogPack, already typing that question up on Twitter, you can literally read the answer on the Tony Chocolonely's website. Why did you make the switch from slave-free to exploitation-free? We've adapted our mission messaging to help us express the scope of impact work we do today. When Tony started, we were laser focused on one issue in the cocoa industry, but as we've grown, our areas of impact have grown too. Our mission statement needs to be inclusive of all the work we do today, from addressing
child labor destroyed. Let's go.
Multidimensional poverty to remediating child labor and everything in between. Wow, it took one Google search to not falsely accuse someone of using child slavery? Yes. For the people who don't know, DogPack did falsely accuse someone of DV and AB.
Mr. Beast, DogPack404, put out his third video, Mr. Beast's Secret CEO, in which he was later proven to have accused an innocent man, James Warren, Mr. Beast's cousin, of domestic violence. He later admitted this on Twitter after his own source disproved him, and he looked.
Has DogPack responded yet? Interesting. So Rosanna essentially has been ignoring everything. DogPack hasn't said anything. Cam Nuggets is kind of like on the run at the moment, in my opinion. Cam's a so I have no other way to describe Cam. So if you are offended by me calling him that, get over it. What else? Quinthio, haven't heard anything from Quinthio in a while. What else? Surprise Witness has been kind of quiet this whole time. Interesting. Oompaville made a video kind of condemning the CP stuff. No, he did. He condemned like the actions of like DogPack and Rosanna before this video came out. So I give Oopaville that credit. Doesn't wash away the fact that he kind of glazed DogPack in that interview.
To it himself, only to find out he accused the wrong guy.
That slanders video is still up, by the way, after more than a month of people begging him to take it down. Disclaimer, he took it down a few days ago, but after almost 2 months and 3.1 million views, you're not getting off the hook that easily, Dawson. And the video of the false CP allegations is also still up. He also made live ruining allegations against Lacoa Hill, who was the person that made the decision to fire DogPack. Here's an audio clip from the leaked firing interview at Beast.
Oh, you have no idea how long I've wanted to just like listen to this. I'm just gonna... I just want you to listen to it uninterrupted. It's beautiful. Oh God, I've always wanted to hear this. I'm a lawyer, I'm our COO. Part of my job is that you're pushing back on everything that we're saying. So what?
Well, because you're trying to fire me, and I want to work at this company.
I'm the CEO of this company. If I'm talking, don't interrupt me. And I'm telling you this is what's happening, and you're telling me that I'm wrong. I am not wrong. I've made the decision. Here, we will take care of.
I appreciate that. Can I please have a second chance?
It's not.
Just, if I'm getting paid, just let me come in and let me try to be coachable. If Hoodie changes his mind, can I? I've been trying to get to this point of working on Mr. Beast for a long time.
I wonder why he's trying to destroy Lacoya's life.
Please, Lacoya. You know what's even worse is like every time Lacoya would be like, "It's my decision. It's over." That sounds like a standard firing conversation. It's like, "Hey, I made my decision." And that person tries to beg for their job, but Dawson was more disruptive than what he was worth, and they fired him, which based Lacoya Hill for firing DogPack.
I think there are other people at the company. If I were to switch departments, that would be very happy to have me. I don't care about the salary.
It's not what happened, dude.
Or Doc Scara.
She's your hiring manager.
Or put a picture of his manager on his psychotic wall for no reason but personal spite.
Again, he's upset with the company. Was his dream job. It just didn't work out. But to randomly put there in their form of revenge in front of millions, maybe see his video through the context of someone who would grudge rather than fair criticism. Duh.
Right.
Thank you,
Coincidentally, all three of those people were in the room when DogPack was fired.
No fucking way, they were all in the room as well. Oh, this whole like, oh man, I'm not a disgruntled employee, just kind of like blew up in his face.
Car, we are still going to reimburse you.
This is the original contract and the original NDA. And so
it's like he's just doing all this out of a personal grudge. Yes.
We will lie if we have to. I mean, of course. I just try to be honest, I guess.
What is selfless?
I can't believe Oopaville bought that shit.
Hero. You know, a selfless hero who, whenever he can, mentions that he didn't make these slanderous videos with any personal gain in mind.
That's like the whole point of this is the video's not monetized. It's on a new account.
Based Soggy, the interview with Ludwig, he fumbled hard. Bro, Ludwig is dog shit at everything he does.
Wait, what do you mean that's the whole point? You didn't say that.
Like, you know, in the description of my video, it says, or in the intro too, it says this is not monetized. Because if it's monetized, then people think I'm just doing it for clout and money.
But you're doing it to expose the truth on woke media.
Exactly.
You're such a retard, Lug. Oh, God, Lud, you're such a fucking idiot. Oh, God.
But you're doing it to expose the truth.
Lud and DogPack are the two of the dumbest people.
Truth on woke media.
Exactly.
This is textbook manipulation. Him saying he's not gaining anything out of these videos is extremely deceptive. He gained 700,000 loyal subscribers, collaborations with huge creators which he's clearly trying to abuse, and it's all built on lies, deceit, and manipulation. If there is one person who gained anything from all this, it's DogPack. And purely out of principle,
don't forget that Jake Weddle made 50K.
I'm putting a mid-roll ad here. Here DogPack talks about how Mr. Beast scammed everyone by having people pay to get their memes sent to the moon, the rocket exploding, and them not offering refunds. First of all, people have shown proof of getting refunds even before the failed launch, just because it took longer than expected. Second of all, have you thought about a second launch?
Yeah, we're trying to get a second space mission with the means of the moon going, but it takes a lot of time.
And as usual, I don't just have to take Dustin's word for it. The news article, which you put in your proof document, literally states the following. However, failure would not mean the end for S Robotic, which is the company Mr. Beast paid to carry a copy of the hard drive filled with the memes. It's certainly going to have some impact on our relationships and our ability to secure additional missions in the future. S Robotic already has a contract to fly another robotic lunar lander mission for NASA later this year. And this conveniently went unmentioned in your video.
3 years later, the spaceship finally launched, carrying beautiful pictures of deceased loved ones to the moon, where they would be immortalized. It fucking exploded.
Side note,
but that's like somehow Mr. Beast's fault.
Here, DogPack also uses another very manipulative tactic where he shows this stinky, dinky scrap metal rocket instantly exploding, which made people believe that Mr. Beast was really trying to nickel and dime this entire space mission, while in reality, the actual spacecraft carrying the hard drive was a high-quality Vulcan Centaur rocket made in collaboration with NASA as well as the ULA.
That shit is crazy. I couldn't imagine like paying money to fire fucking rockets into space.
Rocket.
What the fuck?
Launching a new era in spaceflight to the moon and beyond.
Stinky dinky rocket. High quality spacecraft carrying the hard drive with memes from Mr. Beast. DogPack's manipulation. Reality. But Soggy, what about the insider knowledge he has from working there?
In my opinion,
I worked there for 3 weeks.
As somebody who worked for Mr. Beast,
it has been proven time and time again, he only worked there for 20 workdays. As a new employee in like a 250 to 300 employee company, you're not gonna get much credible insider knowledge in 20 days. But he also had anonymous text messages from ex-Mr. Beast employees. Well, see, I have 2 notes on that. One is that I feel like anonymous text messages can be used as tangible proof if either you have the receipts to back them up, or you as a person can be trusted to not have faked or manipulated them. Which, I don't think we can trust Dawson on that one. And 2, even if those messages are from legitimate ex-Mr. Beast employees, they're wrong. This text, for example, which DogPack uses as a foundation for Mr. Beast.
Excuse me, what?
Rigging his challenges, according to them, after a shift change in the 100 Boys v Girls video, no girls were eliminated when closing off their circles, so it was pretty much rigged. They think? Okay. Love the lack of confidence in their own claims, and the lack of confidence makes sense. Because if you simply watch the 100 Girls v Boys video, you can clearly see a girl got eliminated during that part of the challenge. And in this behind the scenes video, you can even see how many cameras they had to make sure the challenge wasn't rigged.
So we could constantly monitor it. This is the kind of stuff we don't normally show. We had to have 6 or 7 people here monitoring every angle, because if they just touch the red line, they're out.
He also used this video as a prime example of Mr. Beast never using random subscribers, even though multiple people who can be identified by their nameplate can be proven to be random, non-influencer contestants from outside of North Carolina.
They are never random subscribers. If you subscribe...
God, they're never random subscribers. The confidence this motherfucker had to platform all of this bullshit is like, it's sociopathic. It really is. If you like dilute it down to like its base core, it is sociopathic that this man can say shit with such confidence and realize the bullshit that he's spewing is fake.
You will not win $1 million.
I subscribed to Mr. Beast and literally won $1 million.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend.
Yeah, Dawson. Because they were filling in for contestants who had COVID at the time. You can see Mr. Beast's girlfriend...
Goblin DFE'd? What the fuck is DFE'd? What the fuck does that mean? Did they deactivate?
Publicly talking about this in a podcast from years ago, by the way.
I saw on your Twitter that you were in the video 100 girls versus 100 boys for $500,000.
Yes, that was an accident. On the day, everybody had to go for COVID tests, and a lot of people came, got their COVID tests, and they tested positive. And the girls somehow ended up with way too little contestants.
Delete fucking everything. Deleted fucking everything. Are you kidding? Sorry. If anyone's here for the Mr. Beast stuff, you have no idea why I'm laughing this hard.
So I got a call randomly from the studio and they're like, we need a female.
What, you wanted them to let...
But that's like crazy. He's saying that all these people are people that work for him so they could just reinvest the money back into the company so they don't actually have to pay people out. And they have an actual video of his girlfriend saying, I just filled in. Queeman killed her? What do you mean Queeman killed her? What did Queeman do? Is Queeman live right now? What did Queeman do? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wait, did somebody send Queeman the logs? Wait a fucking minute. Does somebody send Queeman the logs? Please tell me no. It would be so much funnier to see his face when I send it to him later.
Contestants with COVID participate in the challenge? And in this podcast, she also says that
I think Beckett sent him the stream, not the logs. Oh, even better.
Contestants were informed.
We're almost done with the Mr. Beast stuff. We might take a break and go over the romantic goblin stuff
Beforehand that even if they lost...
Because she does name me in it. I didn't get to save the live stream, so if Edla could send that to me, that'd be great.
Still receive the $5,000 prize money.
Which was the plot twist. Even if you leave, you get to keep the $5,000, which makes it easier for people to leave the circle.
Yeah.
So the goal was, it was sort of a psychological test, really.
And the people know that if they left, that they would still win.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the big plot twist, which I'm a huge fan of.
So not only were you wrong on all accounts, this is probably the worst video you could have possibly tried building your case on, that Mr. Beast challenges are rigged. And then your only other example of this accusation is the "in 10 minutes this room will explode" video.
I want to show one more example. This is a real-time video, meaning that time elapses the same in the video as it does in real life. And the timer is clearly added in post.
Okay, this is just getting embarrassing at this point.
Oh, I see it. Thank you,
sent me
Emma.
this picture, Dawson, to seem more credible by proving you were on the set of a video. And if you look real closely at the picture that you took, you'll notice that it's the set from the 10-minute video, where you can see that the timer was in fact not added in post.
So you could assume that producers might be off camera with remote switches to trigger the flow of water.
Assume my ass. You didn't assume shit, you're breaking your NDA by spreading confidential info you knew from being on that set. And yes, I do give permission to anyone whose life got damaged by Dawson French to use my video against him in court.
The producers
That's based!
might know how long it takes for the water to clear out of the room, so they can sort of decide on the fly how many turns of the valve it takes, or just when to trigger the water in general to make the results close.
No, they did it for...
We did a lot of things off screen for safety, like the water valve thing. We needed to be able to remote trigger them, which we also had safety divers hiding. So I guess Dawson could say they also helped me make the video more tense, Lamau. That's
Safety,
great.
as to not force someone to exert extreme force trying to turn valves underwater in a room submerged in water. Just like they replaced contestants who had COVID with employees, because for safety reasons. A thing you so vehemently claim they lack at the company. Same with this video, where a safety team forced the Mr. Beast crew off of the...
For the video, I remember asking the safety guy blank, and he said he made them go off the raft on day 4 because of the lightning storm for about an hour, then put them back as soon as it was safe. Also, calling a rusty barge a luxury lot is hilarious. I'll send you a video. This is great.
Their raft in the 7 Days Stranded at Sea video for about an hour because of this dangerous lightning storm. Wait, what was it you said again?
You can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But you didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht.
Oh yeah.
The production yacht. Dude. Of course, if somebody is going to film a video and put people in potential danger, they're not going to want them on a fucking raft in the middle of a lightning storm.
Yeah. You lied about them allegedly sleeping on a luxurious production yacht. No, they were forced to stay on a rusty barge for about an hour for their own safety and went back on their raft as soon as a life-threatening lightning storm passed. And here is video proof from the rusty barge.
Oh my god, this is great.
Wow, what a luxurious yacht! Now you can still argue about the fact that they went off of the raft, but I don't think it's faking a challenge.
Yeah, there has to be safety measures for videos like these. If you're going to put people in a room filling with water and have valves, you want to make sure that they're not too difficult. So if it gets stuck or if somebody's not strong enough or you think that they're not strong enough, they can still turn the valve. That's not faking it. That's just making it safer.
When you're forced by your safety team to leave your raft
God
once to get on a rusty barge for about an hour to sit out a life-threatening lightning storm to then get back on the raft as soon as possible, it's making sure people don't die. On one side, you're preaching, the Mr. Beast company isn't safe enough.
Wow.
But then you use every single example of them actually implementing safety protocols against them as if they're doing it to rig challenges or not always use random subscribers. Do I really have to explain why they don't use complete strangers in challenges that include a man and a woman having to stay together in a small enclosed space for 100 days? Pick a side, Dawson. Do you want them to fucking die for a challenge, or do you want them to be saved? That's why the 24 people in a circle for $1 million video didn't get published, which Dawson insinuates was some elaborate scheme to force more people to buy shirts, and then they'd run away with the profit.
We're gonna have 24 people, we're gonna put them in 24 different circles, $1 million on the line, have some fun, you know what I'm saying?
Also, this video never happened. There is no Mr. Beast video of 24 people in circles competing for $1 million. So like, did they just pocket the money or what?
Well, again, it was because of peak COVID. And this time, I'll let a contestant who took part in that 24 people in a circle for $1 million challenge explain what happened. I've heard that you were in the 24 people in a circle compete for $1 million challenge. Yep. Can you talk a bit about how you were invited to that challenge, what kind of happened, why it was never published?
Mr. Beast
This dude's hair is immaculate.
That 24-hour live stream where you're signing t-shirts and giving stuff away for that challenge. So I threw that on. I'm like, we'll just put this on in the background. We'll watch it the whole time. And he's giving away tickets, and I just kept blowing up the comment section. I didn't even buy a shirt. I won one of the invitations through the comment section on YouTube.
Oh, for free, as like a free participation, no purchase necessary, I guess.
Yeah, during like the height of COVID and everything. It was actually in November. We quarantined for 2 weeks.
What's your thoughts on Mr. Beast flying out soggy cereal? But the thing is like how the argumentation is that the employee of Mr. Beast flew out soggy cereal. Is Mr. Beast now flying out soggy cereal? Because there was a difference in conversation. Because he stated that the employee flew him out, not Mr. Beast flew him out. It wasn't on the company's dime, it was on the employee's dime. That's at least how it was framed. Because if it's the opposite, interesting. Still shows that DogPack's a liar. That's what I'm hearing. And also Mr. Beast commented in the video. It's a little sus. It's still a good video. The reason that I wouldn't call it, the reason I'm not going to call it sus just yet, and hear me out here. You will not believe how many people probably send Mr. Beast exposed videos to Mr. Beast and his media team or his PR team or the lawyers. They probably were like, holy shit, there's a guy that made a video, tweeted out by like Diorio or another large commentary channel in some retrospect. Also, Keemstar. Come on, everyone forgets that Keem talks to Jimmy. If somebody tells Keem, hey, there's a really good Defendo video that is pretty fair to Mr. Beast, it's going to be sent. Now, I can't tell you if Keem sent it to him, which I doubt he did because he's busy with Lockout Live. But like, somebody had to have sent it to him, so obviously he's going to comment, finally, a video that isn't slandering me. That's at least my position on it. Maybe I'm just being maybe I'm just being really charitable, but I don't know. Thank you, Cadmus, for the re-up to Loser Gamers for the 10 months. Rip Bozo, piss on Dogpack. True.
It's a super nice hotel, like, 2 bedrooms. They bring meals to our room 3 times a day. It was good food. Just wanted to keep everybody safe and make sure that we're doing protocols the best way that we could to engage in this video. We all COVID tested, did a giant circle. There was 24 of us, and right in the middle, there's $1 million. And we competed for a few days. All of a sudden, in the middle of the night, one of the subcontractors that worked for the team came in and kind of rushed the gun and didn't wait for his COVID results. And he tested positive. And Jimmy came out and he's like, guys, I hate to do this, but one of the guys on the crew has tested positive. Like,
yeah, also, there's also Twitter blowing it up as well. So, like, Dexterito, large content creators, commentary channels. Mr. Beast watches commentary. I'm like 99% fucking sure. I'm like 99.9% sure that Mr. Beast, because he was a commentary channel at his beginning, still watches commentary. You never really leave commentary. You either orbit around it, you still pay attention to it, or you are involved in it in some capacity. You never actually leave.
Gotta keep you all safe. So they canceled the video and they apologized. They sent us all home with 10 grand as an apology. After the new year in January or something like that, we actually got the call again that they're going to refilm this video. And they brought us all back out and they're like, it's not going to be a 2-week quarantine. We're going to do like a 4 or 5 day quarantine. And during that period of time, pretty much everybody got COVID, including myself. Like, he's just like, I'm so sorry, but like, we literally we can't do it because everybody's sick, but we'll make it up to you in the future. And again, even then, he gave us like financial contributions to help.
Did they split just like the $1 million over everyone?
Exactly.
Or they just split the entire...
Whoa! Oh my God. How is this a bad thing? How did DogPack frame this in a negative way? Oh, they just took the profits. No, they redistributed all that money to all the contestants for their time wasted while everyone's being sick and they didn't want to put anyone in danger. Are you fucking kidding me? Dawson!
$1 million prize money over every 24 contestants.
They took the $1 million and divided it through the 24.
They gave you guys $1,240,000 in total, I guess.
To stay in a hotel.
Jesus Christ. You guys get the point that this guy is about as trustworthy as Richard Nixon during Watergate. And at this point, he has broken his NDA.
Entire shit never happened. I know. And that's crazy that you would turn around and say, well, they just took the profits. This video never happened. They just took the money.
It's serious defamation, time and time again, and in the process harmed not just Mr. Beast, but also several other innocent people, who clearly mean nothing more to him than collateral damage. I'm actually surprised people don't want this guy sued, but hey, I'm no lawyer.
I want him sued. I am on the side of lawsuit. Suit, 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 sue. Sue him. Sue him now. Like, I am open to that. I don't even care anymore. I'm not going to hide it. Sue the fucker. If it is truly this defamatory, and it is easily proven how defamatory it is and the reputational harm that it has caused a billion-dollar company like Mr. Beast, sue him. Seriously, I don't feel sympathetic for him.
So, I don't know what's illegal, so I called one. And what Dawson is doing is surely not legal. By now, the results of an investigation done into the Mr. Beast LLC.
Also, who the fuck's in my chat saying I'm sweeping for MRAW? Are you retarded? Why? I literally could care less. MRAW was retarded with that debate with Aiden. Is that what you want me to say? Of course. Like, duh. I talked about it on Course Stream. With, like, Diorio and the rest of them.
By an external third-party law.
You're such a retard. I'm getting one guide over some shit that doesn't matter.
Have been shared and completely aligns with all of the evidence I found. So if at this point you still choose to believe this guy, I kindly want to ask you to...
Also, I don't cover tarred content anymore unless, like, Jalen's involved.
Stop watching my video and continue putting crayons up your nose while drooling over DogPack's face.
Hey!
What, however, is legal is the second illegal lottery.
But almost any clip you do find will have some new violation of internet gambling or sweepstakes laws.
I thought it was him. I was like, keep going. Let's go. Wait, it's literally like his initial. Who is it? Wait, really? Actually, that's illegal.
Actually, that's not illegal. Only immediate family can partake in your sweepstakes, and the cousin is not immediate family. It would have been illegal to exclude Chandler's cousin unless if specified in the rules of that specific giveaway. And your snippet isn't from those rules. It's from some lawyer's equivalent to Stack Overflow.
So here's a clip of Tyler forging, or maybe not forging, using Mr. Beast's signature. And again,
oh my God, please, just come on.
I'm not a lawyer. I think this is fraud.
Maybe ask your immediate family, lawyer, next time, because your opinions are fucking stupid. It's completely legal and fine to use someone else's signature if...
Yes! 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 Fuck yes! I've been saying that. Why do I care? Why does anyone care? There are people that do signatures of famous people all the time because there isn't a famous person in the fucking world that signs all of those digital copies. They don't sign the special shit. They have somebody who replicates their goddamn signature. Oh!
They gave you formal consent to do so, and it doesn't devalue the signature.
Months later, Mr. Beast signed shirts again, but this time it was a 24-hour live stream with way more illegal lotteries.
Nope. Mr. Beast had no purchase necessary in the description, and even though they did say things like...
Would you guys prefer that we throw money in random orders, or that we throw items in random orders? Yeah.
Somebody screamed in chat, I want to switch. Hey, buy a shirt.
If they ended up picking out of both free and paid entries for those giveaways behind the scenes, which there is no reason to believe they didn't, well, then that is legal in live streams. However, I do agree that it's very scummy and manipulative advertising in my opinion. Now, even though I have disproven most of these accusations,
I genuinely don't care if they had someone else sign on behalf of Mr. Beast. Can you call that scummy? Sure. But, like, is it something for me to, like, burn down an entire billion-dollar company over? No.
There's still a few that I have to investigate deeper. And since DogPack404 declined every interview offer, the only other place...
I'm retired. I'm done with beasts unless they provoke me again. Why is he talking like a retarded anime villain? Hold on. There's another line. Rosano Pensito CP vid was right after the DMs, in fact. My DMs are insane. If I leaked it all, it would... I don't know what he blocked off here.
I could dig up the truth.
It would be over. I've referred everyone to journalists, though. Well, I mean for my investigation. So not via DMs or whatever, but a call. Nah, okay then.
Is in the belly of the beast.
Oh man, North Carolina?
Isn't that the boring part of the US?
Oh well.
Now, on my 8 hour...
So I guess he did
flights,
fly
I had a lot
there.
of time to think. And
But was he paid to fly there by Mr. Beast?
Watch Minions. And there was one question that just kept bugging me. Why did Dogpack commit such serious defamation and violate his NDA? Why risk your entire life just to spread lies about a YouTuber? So I went over everything I knew about Dogpack to try and figure out his motivations. I rewatched his first 2 job applications for Mr. Beast, which both got denied, and they seemed obsessive at best and pretentiously unprofessional at worst. I went over his personal Reddit account, that 5-hat guy, which, for the Jerry tricks watching, 5-hat is hip internet lingo for when a person says something very smart, so he's calling himself very smart, which is pretty pretentious and cringe. I was starting to see multiple patterns here. Hundreds of obsessive posts and comments on the Mr. Beast subreddit.
Oh, Beckett's threads being used. Let's go! I'm so happy I was in the call with Beckett and Jenny and others when we were looking over all of his retarded shit. That's amazing. You should go over Jake's schizo girlfriend's Twitch stream. They were saying retarded shit. Oh. Shogun, who do you take me for? Who do you take me for, Shogun? Somebody that isn't gonna take the opportunity to bitch slap Jake Weddle? Oh! Ye of little faith, Shogun. Ye of little faith.
New Mr. Beast interview just dropped. Feasible designs. Him being pretentious, saying he would do shorts better than the current shorts team at Mr. Beast. Rants whenever people criticized his video IDs. Another third 15-minute long obsessive Mr. Beast job application where he goes into depth on viewer psychology, showcasing how aware he is of how every small piece of a video can be used to manipulate the viewer in one way or another. It now made sense why Dawson used the exact same content cop outfit as iDubbbz, or why he kept repeating his videos weren't monetized, or how he was able to frame and manipulate every lie as if it were the truth. It really all was viewer manipulation? This entire Reddit account just seems like the online embodiment of an unhealthy Mr. Beast obsession. So then
yes, he's a major Mr. Beast stan. He's an obsessed stalker Mr. Beast fan that got lucky. That he got lucky when the Ava Chris Tyson stuff happened and he uploaded that video. He got lucky. That's all he is. And I'm sure you know I'm in contact with people claiming you stole their content without giving permission. Stole what content?
I went over his erratic DMs to me where he threatened to slander me.
All right, bro, I gotta go. Wait, stealing people's content? In what way? Making a commentary video where you use people's content and interlace clips in said content? That's not stealing people's content.
With nothing but false claims. Luckily, when
you were researching Aardvark, but I didn't see the video that dropped a month maybe before yours. You coincidentally found the exact same evidence he found, used the exact same frames. I'm having statistician run the odds. I'll present my case to the public and you present yours. I don't care if you saw, but I uploaded the screenshot of my conversation with Vimes.
That I still had bulletproof receipts, so
amazing. Top said a few days later, holy shit, dude, you didn't see your messages. So I check up on the DMs, not seeing this. I thought so too. I thought it was fake, like all the launches challenge. This is what Eric means. You'll probably record 30 minutes beforehand, edited everything, and now just gonna fake challenge. I legit thought it already premised for challenging ahead. All right, I'm too lazy to translate your made-up language, so I'll take your word for it. So he's just a lazy fucking loser. Lol, you could just use Google Lens, but dialect shit sucks, of course. Just under this message, you said the exact same evidence when Zima Vizim. And I talked afterwards, and he told me I found new shit he hadn't found. Also, it's impossible for me to upload it 1 month later than someone else. I literally uploaded December 17th, which was somewhere in the middle of his challenge, and I covered till episode 16, where the upload was the same day as December 17th. So what you're saying like makes zero sense.
Dawson had no choice but to back down. Nonetheless, this once again proved to me how Dogpack accuses and tries silencing people without any fact-checking and completely tries warping the truth to push his personal agenda. So, was he really—
What will happen to Dogpack now? Attacking Mr. Beast with his own meaning in life. Death. Death. He should go into the woods, put himself on a stone slab, and let the ravens pick at his body. That's all he's good for now.
Just doing all this because his ego couldn't accept the fact that he got fired from his dream job after only 3 weeks at a YouTuber he was obsessed with? Maybe I'm gonna get some more answers at the MrBeast company, but for now, I'll just rewatch Minions for a third time.
Hi, Dustin Harris. You are the, rogue employee. And I first of all want to ask you what you do at MrBeast, what your role is, and why you decided to reach out and correct some of the accusations that have been made.
I worked for Jimmy almost 6 years, going on 6 years. I've been a writer, director, producer, production coordinator, an assistant, executive assistant, head of production, head of creative, head of construction, you name it. I've done everything that I can do.
That is crazy. This dude is the guy that Jake was referencing.
This company, and not just to see people slander the work that you've done, but to know that it's lies and misinformation will make anybody speak up, to be honest.
Hi, Emily. You worked at MrBeast. Can you tell me how long you've been working there?
I've been working there for shortly over a year, as of like 4 days ago. I'm the ideation strategist right now, ideation generator, coordinator, so that's my official title.
If I remember correctly, that is also where Dawson worked, or for the internet, DogPack404 worked, yeah. So he worked closely together with you.
Yeah, it was me and him in the department for about 2 weeks. It was just the two of us, and Hoodie was overseeing us.
Everybody calls me Hoodie because all I did, like back in the day, 8 years ago, was run my own YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hoodie. I got to work.
Is that the channel that Dogpack just... Wait a fucking minute here. Didn't Dogpack say at one point that he had a very large YouTube channel, but nobody will ever find it? Didn't he say that? Didn't he say something like that? This dude is a fucking... I think he's a skinwalker now. I agree with Beckett. If Beckett said that, I'm on board. Because that makes sense. This dude has no real identity. He's not a real person. He's like an android. You know what I mean? He's like a synthetic. He tries to mimic humanity and other people to fit in and pretend that it's his own experiences. That is Dogpack. He's an actual fucking android. I'm having an Alex Jones moment. He's an android. He's a fucking robot. He's a goddamn lizard person. He's not real.
Work all over in different departments. I've been creative. I've been in ideation.
He is the gaff.
Right now, as far as thumbnail.
When you're saying ideation manager, I guess then you were the manager of Dawson, or DogPack404.
I was the manager of DogPack404 for the time being.
I've heard some stories of people feeling kind of off when he was hired, and I was wondering, why did you hire him?
I didn't hire that guy. No, I inherited that man.
Oh, okay, you didn't, okay.
Do you hear that? He's like, yeah, I inherited him. I did not hire him. I wouldn't have hired him if you gave me a fucking gun and said, if you don't hire this guy, you have to blow your brains out. That's the tone that I got.
How did that come to be then?
You want to know? So the real thing that actually happened was he applied to Beast while I was still the creative manager. He applied to Beast twice, and I saw his interview and went, interesting. He's got an analytical brain. Yeah. That's not creative. Like what he's talking about just won't fit what we're trying to do with our videos. So I turned him down the first time.
Okay.
Then he applies a second time a couple months later.
To ideation, I guess.
Still the creative.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, nah, this guy's still like he's got like an interesting mind, but I don't know. I think he probably fits somewhere else, like a different department or a different channel. Who knows? He's clearly smart, but nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. A void opened up, something random happened. He spawned in on the channel, just randomly in ideation. I got summoned into a room and got told by our leaders, they're like, hey, there's a gap in ideation and thumbnail. I need somebody to go in there and help. Can you be that guy? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go in. Okay. And I went in, and that's the first time I met Dawson.
Dawson sent me a screenshot of messages he had between you and him.
Who's the idiot that hired Dawson then?
Can you just verify?
Who's the asshole that hired him?
That these are real? These are?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yo, let me get prepared with the set with deck tomorrow just in case Jimmy wants you to pitch any ideas to him. You can meet in the office in the morning and set it up. That way you can make me be prepared just in case, make a good impression. Agreed. I was set an hour ago. I met with Tyler P.A. Sam and pitched Nolan Lamau. Hoodie never showed up. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Well, I guess we'll probably won't have to go to set tomorrow then. Regardless, I'd be good to get a deck set up, and I'm happy to help with that. I'm down to go set up tomorrow. I just have to still pitch Hoodie and meet Tyler at some point.
Messages are between me and Dawson.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Can you
Is the goblet stuff related? No, it's not related.
Tell me a bit about your relationship with Dawson during both of you guys working there. Was there something that felt off?
Yeah, so I mean, me and Dawson were cordial. Like, I tried to keep it professional. I think he tried his best to keep it professional, but I will say it was a little uncomfortable with just me and him in the office. He seemed pretty disinterested in making genuine connections with people at the company. He gave weird vibes for sure, and I felt like very uncomfortable working in office with him.
Whoa! Whoa! What did you do, Dawson? What kind of vibes were you giving off, brother? Is this like a jar situation where he can't hold down a job around female employees? Dude, holy shit. DogPack is just a robot. Just a robot is DogPack. One and the same. They both can't be around women and other human beings and have a job. It's impossible.
He didn't seem to work too well with others.
Okay.
It seemed like he had no respect for Hoodie. He didn't take any of Hoodie's advice. It seemed like he
Man, it's almost like Hoodie turned him down twice for a job initially, and DogPack holds grudges.
didn't think he knew what Hoodie was doing. But yeah, Dawson definitely did not like Hoodie. Yeah, did not like Hoodie, did not show him any respect, even though he was his superior, and he was trying to train him into being a better ideation strategist.
So there was a leaked document, about like work culture, and there was a line in there, no, it doesn't mean no, and it has a pretty negative connotation. I was wondering, because you as a woman working at Beast, what was your reaction when reading that no, it doesn't mean no thing? And
yeah, so I actually wrote that part. Yeah.
You've got to be kidding. Oh, no, dude. When I saw that, I tweeted it. I was like, damn, that's crazy that you wrote that in there. But it's not that big of a deal. It's just like any other production team. It's like, hey, you want to keep convincing people until you're able to shoot. There's nothing wrong with that. But, like, they were making it out like it's a dangerous workplace for women. A woman wrote that. Like, bro.
Yeah, that's why it's funny. Yeah, because I actually wrote this thing with Jimmy doing this. The whole reason why this thing exists in the first place is because we are growing so fast people-wise. It's like, okay, how do we give them artificial Jimmy time? Like, how do we teach them what CTR is, teach them what 1 out of 10 is? Yeah. Like, how do you say, okay, this is how we think about creative, this is how what it takes to be successful here, based off the hard things we got to do. That's the intent behind the document, right? No doesn't mean no is wildly taken out of context, I think, in this situation, because in the way that we mean it, it's a sales tactic. It's like, again, like I mentioned, like you call a crane operator and go, hey man, I need you to drop a jet from your crane, and they're like, huh? No, I can't do.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. It's literally just a sales tactic. When you hear a no, you try to circumvent the no by positioning it in a different manner so that you can get a more optimal outcome. It is so fucking basic. It is the basic sales tactic. And if you keep getting no's, you give up, go to the next person and start doing that to them until they say yes. That is just sales.
Do that, right? And so for us, it's more like, well, why can't you do that? And they're like, oh, well, I don't have the manpower to do this. And it's like, okay, well, how do we help you get past that, right? Can we help get you more labor? Is it like a...
I said that when I first saw it. I was like, this is just a sales tactic.
Means because like we wouldn't have a company if we started at no at face value, right? Because if everybody that told us no, we couldn't do some of the crazy things that we've done. In no sense of the word, in the context means like as a female, if somebody comes up to me and says an imperfect comment, like they keep trying, like not at all.
Okay, because that was kind of concerning, I guess. But
well, like not at all, not at all, like in any sense of the word. It's like no, like it's a sales tactic. It's been around long before like we put it down on paper.
The truth of the matter is we were 4.5 weeks out of that video and we didn't have a hole or a train. And I don't know if you know anything about digging dirt, but it takes a long time to dig a hole that deep. And the location we ended up shooting it at happens to be a close personal friend of mine and just happened to have a 50-foot deep quarry that was already dug. And the creative behind the video was that it was an 80-foot hole, so I had to get it dug another 30 feet in 4 weeks, which that much limestone is a lot to do. So we hired a massive excavating team to come out and dig the other 30 feet out. And then the reason that the hole is CG'd in the video is because of safety, right? We needed to create a back wall that the train wouldn't crash into and potentially kill people. So the hole is a little bit bigger than the video that we put lifts and cameras on that were far enough away that the train wouldn't hit them and no one would die, right? So it was all safety concern. It was not about faking a hole at all.
War crime stuff, that was a joke. Why did you make that joke?
I didn't work on that video. I was in the company at the time. I was working on a separate project, and I got a call, and they were like, "Hey, Jake's not doing so hot." And so I came in, and the assessment was accurate. He was not doing so hot. Okay. I just kind of I was talking to him, I was trying to cheer him up, and I made that joke. It's a war crime. I didn't think it was going to turn into a bunch of thumbnails and titles on YouTube, but it was serious. I mean, it was obviously a joke. It was definitely framed a little more maliciously.
Yeah, in the video. They didn't insinuate it as a joke in the video. They didn't show the war crime definition of war crimes while it's being said. Which can you talk a bit about since you were friends with Jake Weddle, did he talk about it afterwards, or do you know how it came to be that he had such a rough time in that challenge, in that isolation challenge?
Again, I didn't work on the video, so all I can do is I can kind of speculate. So I'll answer you by saying the process we normally go through when we cast. We usually find someone who we think is going to be good for a video, and we usually work with them leading up to the video, letting them know not exactly the challenges that we're going to be doing, but round about the level of difficulty the challenges are going to be, and then we kind of lay out the challenge, right? We've never really had that issue up to that point, and we haven't ever had that issue since that point. We've done videos like the Trap Together video that had really, really similar aspects to the video Jake was in, and they had a positive experience after the fact. I mean, it was a tough challenge for them. They released these videos after that. Now, that doesn't take away the way that Jake felt in that video, and I would never do that. I saw the guy. He was not doing so hot, and I don't...
I'll take it away from him. He signed up for it.
I don't know what happened in there specifically to make that happen. I don't, I know Jake. He's not lying when he said he had a bad time. I don't want to say that it was 100% Jake is the reason that challenge didn't turn out the way that it was supposed to turn out. Some people approach challenges just completely different, and that's the thing is, my brain tells me that if other people have gone through similar challenges and they've turned out okay, then maybe it's not a challenge. I'm not the type of person that holds grudges. And I know I still work here now. I know he's still making videos. And I know people I have friends that are like, I can't believe you're still talking to Jake Weddle. And I'm like,
you know, in 10 years, none of this is going to matter between him and I. And I'm sure we'll have a beer together because
that's a good friend. I could give Dustin that much, but your friend sucks major fucking cock.
in the grand scheme of things, my friendship with him is more important than anything anybody's going to say online. When he spoke out, I know what he ran into as well. I know he ran into people that sent him hate. I know he ran into people that were sending him death threats. I know that he got doxxed. I know his phone number got leaked. And in that scenario, you know, as messed up as it sounds, like he couldn't really turn to any of his friends at Beast because he kind of just, you know,
would be kind of conflict.
Kind of just upset everyone at Beast. I mean, like, who does he have to turn to? He has to turn towards Rosanna and DogPack and all the people that are making these videos about us. I mean, I think he found a family, he found a home. I don't fault the guy for sticking with that little group of people making videos. Like, it just makes sense.
You don't fault him for sticking with people that are slandering the company in of itself? Okay, you're retarded. Like, I get it, you're trying to be a good friend. But, like, dude, the situation being is that Rosanna, DogPack, and Jake have all over-exaggerated things to a degree that has caused major harm to a massive brand and have platformed lies. And Jake is just totally on board with it.
So something I also want to ask you about is about Lacoa Hill, and there was some mismanagement from him towards his assistant. There are some allegations out there, but nothing concrete so far. And yeah, can you tell me a bit about what really went on with Lacoa Hill?
Yeah, so
I am so curious about the Lacoa Hill stuff.
like just kind of give you background on like when someone reports something to HR, which would have been me at the time because it was years ago. Whenever somebody reports it, I go, hey, okay, like, thank you, I appreciate it. We're gonna make sure that we do everything we can to look into it. Then we always hire a third party company, either a lawyer or someone that's like not here to like prove one person right or wrong, but like a true unbiased party. And so then like everybody talks to him, like the person, his assistant would have talked to them, Lacoa would have talked to them, and any person that they named as witnesses or potential proof of text messages, like pictures, anything, like this company would have dealt with. And then they write a report and then they go, hey, here's what you should do, right? And so that's what they do. And then internally what we do is like, okay, the assistant, like, what do you want to happen, right? If it's this, if it's that, like obviously if it's found like he's gone, like that's not okay in any workplace, you know.
It was like confirmed that there is something.
Like of course, like we're not gonna hang on to that, right? And so and he's like, yeah, I don't necessarily want him to be fired, but like if it's this, if it's that, like obviously if it's found like he's gone, like that's not okay in any workplace, you know.
It was like confirmed that there is something.
Like of course, like we're not gonna hang on to that, right? And so and he's like, yeah, I don't necessarily want him to be fired, but like I don't want to be around him, I don't want to see him, like it's just really uncomfortable for me, you know. So we're like, okay, great. So like I actually worked with him to come up with a list of like jobs that he wanted, because again, if the person who he's assisting is not here, like it's like, okay, well now what's your job? Like, so it was like we came up with everything he was interested in, like what he wanted to do and stuff like that, and moved him into a different role. And we said, hey, you won't have to see Lacoa again. We're gonna like move him completely out. It wasn't a secret. Like we moved him to a new company idea that we had.
So wait, so the Lacoa stuff is confirmed, but not as severe. I'm trying to figure out exactly what they're trying to say here. Hold on. Just give me a second. I need to re-listen to this.
The assistant like found like. Generally, what we do is they go, hey, here's what you should do. Anything like this company would have dealt with, and then they write a report, and then they go, hey, here's what you should do, right? And so that's what they do. And then internally, what we do is like, okay, the assistant, like, what do you want to happen, right? If it's this, if it's that, like obviously, if it's found like he's gone, like that's not okay in any workplace, you know.
If it's like confirmed that there is something, then. Yeah.
It's not confirmed. Okay, so it's he said,
like of
she
course,
said.
like we're not gonna hang on to that, right? And so, and he was like, yeah, I don't necessarily want him to be fired, but like I don't want to be around him, I don't want to see him, like it's just really uncomfortable for me, you know. So we're like, okay, great.
So there was any sort of concrete evidence found by the third-party investigators, but the assistant still did not want to be near Lacoa, so they offered that individual never to see Lacoa again and to work and have Lacoa work separately from them. So there's no direct evidence of that. It's just hearsay.
So like I actually worked with him to come up with a list of like jobs that he wanted, because again, if the person who he's assisting is not here, like it's like, okay, well now what's your job? Like so it was like we came up with everything he was interested in, like what he wanted to do and stuff like that, and moved him into a different role. And we said, hey, you won't have to see Lacoa again. We're gonna like move him completely out. It wasn't a secret. Like we moved him to a new company idea that we had. He was the only person in that company. He wasn't even on site. He wasn't working in the building. He wasn't anything like that. Like we just said, hey, we think this is a cool idea. Go figure it out. And so he went on his own to go figure that out. And then the assistant worked with us for a long time. And then when he wasn't here anymore, I think it was like almost a year after the assistant like had chosen to do whatever he wanted to do. Then we were like, okay, we'll bring Lacoa back to help, because at this point there's no conflict anymore. So that's really what it was. Like it was no, oh, we're gonna go hide Lacoa over here. And like I mean, even now Lacoa doesn't work for us anymore.
Most of the time he was there was consumed.
Oh, Lacoa doesn't work there.
And trying to get an Apple Vision Pro.
Any weird stories circulating or whatever of something Dawson did at the.
So they did move people. It brought Lacoa back after a year, but then fired Lacoa after the fact because there's no more conflict.
Company or
I heard that he
drug multiple people is total horseshit. Yeah, that seems to be that wasn't even brought up in the conversation. And DogPack said that Lacoa Hill like raped multiple people, essentially. But it's just conversation in regard to one employee that had a situation with Lacoa Hill where it doesn't seem to be something criminal. They separated them, and then after a year, still kept them separate, but brought Lacoa on to help out with a project involving that. That's not horrible. I personally still would not have them remotely near each other even after a year. But that's I guess that's just how I would operate. But I wouldn't say that they were doing like find the pedophile or find the rapist and like moving cups like how DogPack described it.
He told the chef that his food was trash.
I heard that story too, yeah. And then he like denied it in a video afterwards.
Wait, what?
To get an
Hold on.
Apple Vision Pro.
Any weird story circulating or whatever of something Dawson did at the company or?
I heard that he told the chef that his food was trash.
I heard that story too, yeah. And then he like denied it in a video afterwards, and I talked about that. But
I'm not sure how much truth there is to that, but I mean, maybe we could call him and see like, hey, this is Emily from Ideation.
Hey Emily, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Cool. Well, I'm here with Soggy. I wanted to ask you, I have a question to ask you about Dawson, but I want to make sure you're comfortable being recorded first.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So I heard a rumor circulating that Dawson told you that your food was trash. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was the first time I actually met him. It was kind of after his tour, of our studio and such, and he actually came over, tried some of the food that we had in the fridge, and then proceeded to tell me it tasted like shit, and that he wishes that we were catered more frequently.
Wow.
How entitled is this fucking manic little anorexic fucker, man? You have a chef on staff, and you just tell him, yeah, your food's shit the first time you meet him. Oh my god. Oh my god. I couldn't imagine walking into my new job and immediately insulting someone who's been there longer than me and the guy that prepares my food. Real smart, Dawson.
Yeah, which is fairly interesting because I'm not sure if I had introduced myself or if he felt comfortable enough to tell me the food tasted like shit.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it went, my first interaction with him. And then other than that, I really had no other interaction or wanting to have any other interaction with him after that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm really sorry to hear that, but I disagree. I think your food is great.
Thank you so much.
Recently, there was this video that started getting some traction. One of the clinics where some of the eye surgeries were happening and helping 1,000 people see for the first time. And they claimed that the Mr. Beast company hadn't paid for any of the surgeries yet. Can you talk a bit about that?
Essentially, when we did that video, we worked with a third party. And that third party worked with a bunch of different organizations all around the world because we were trying to spread it as far as we could, multiple countries. So we had one center third party that we were working with, and they kind of worked with all these. One of those organizations somewhere around the world didn't receive the compensation, which we only worked with the third party. We paid them for 1,800 surgeries.
Oh, 1,800, so another 1,000.
Yeah, we kept going after 1,000. We just worked with them. And we actually,
Wait a fucking minute here. So they used a third party broker to go through and handle the funds that was provided by Mr. Beast's company to all these other organizations. All those organizations got paid, except for one, due to what I assume is clerical error. And Dawson is framing that like they never pay it on purpose? Oh my god. Anyone that ever supports DogPack moving forward is single-handedly the biggest waste of human waste.
So the title of 1,000 sounds a lot better. So we just said 1,000, and it looks good. Yeah. So we worked with that third party, and that third party, I don't know what communication error happened between them and the other organization, but some way or another that organization ended up not being funded properly. Okay. And then when it came across our desk that the missing loop happened, we just went around the third party we were going to work with to compensate them. Yeah. And they put out a video since talking about it.
We're doing a video where we're trying to help people walk again.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
Actively partners have pulled out because of these videos. There are people who will not walk or will have to delay in them walking because of the videos that DogPack made. That was unironically, like I was getting pitched ideas like Jimmy trying every drug in existence.
That was also like a serious idea.
So there are actual financial detrimental harm to not only the company's reputation, but it is also taking funds away from people that need to be able to walk again. All because Dawson is a disgruntled fucking loser. Why is it Mr. Beast suing this guy again?
That he had.
It again goes back to like the no, I'm joking. Because if I pitch you an idea of like Jimmy tries every drug, and you're like, that's sick. Yeah. I'm like, Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, but if I would go like, that's kind of weird.
I'd be like, whoa,
it's a joke.
whoa, you're taking that weird. I was just putting that in as a joke. Like, that's crazy.
How in depth he went on like how viewer psychology works. So he obviously knows how like every part of a video can manipulate the viewer in some way or form. And you can see that both by that video he made to apply to the MrBeast channel, but also you can see that just in the videos he made. Yeah. The MrBeast, the fraud videos and stuff. He accuses the MrBeast company of really trying to psychologically target children and like manipulate children. Is there any truth to that in the ideation team? And like, did he try to bring his like skills of a viewer psychology into ideation? Did he try to do
Yes to that. Yes to trying to bring the skills of viewer psychology into ideation, and also trying to like bleed it over to creative. So that way we can figure out like, okay, well, psychologically a near miss is going to be the craziest thing we can do here. We should do that.
So essentially, he started overstepping his bounds. He was supposed to work in ideation, but then he refused to continue to work within the realm of what he was doing and tried pushing into another department. Know your place, bitch.
He has on his like Miro boards, where it's like the exact things that he calls Jimmy out for. If he was here for longer than a month, he would know that we were actively working at aging up our content, because that was something that we were like very cognizant of. Is hey, we should make our content something that is appealing and enjoyable to like people who are older. Like, who are the people that aren't watching our videos? Probably 30 to 40 to 50 to even 60-year-olds. How do we make our videos enjoyable for those guys? So we're hitting a general audience. Now you could argue, yeah, a general audience. I mean, we need to make a video that like a 10-year-old and a 90-year-old can understand, which is the same for the challenges that we have to do in videos like that anyways. When we do a video like ages 1 to 100, fight for blah blah blah, we have to make a challenge so simple to understand and easy to process that a literal 1-year-old and a 99 to 100-year-old can understand. Like, we need to keep that in mind. That's just generalizing.
I went all the way from America and back, and all I gotta show for it is this ugly plushie and this fart gun from Minions. And the interviews I held, by the way, which did clarify a lot. I think I personally finally realized how big of a company and how many people actually work at MrBeast. It's not like a small 10-people thing as it was a few years ago. And I'm glad that the interviews clarified Jake Weddle's experience and didn't end up invalidating his personal perspective. But did
I wish it invalidated it. I will invalidate it because I do not respect Jake. That's where we're gonna. That's where we're going to have a difference of opinion there. Also, this Reddit thread is completely destroyed by that entire interview. Amazing work. Amazing.
Some context that it might have not been the challenge that was terrible, but he himself wasn't mentally in the best state in life at that point. But there's one more thing I have to clarify for everyone, and that is the illegal lottery #1, which on my flight back, I finally found some proof that the first illegal lottery was in fact illegal. There was no purchase necessary in the description, no mention of it at all. Yeah, it was illegal. And personally, Jimmy has to own up for it. Either by...
He should. Damn. He should. 100% he should.
Donating the amount of profit he made in that live stream to a charity, or by refunding everyone who bought a shirt in that stream, but that's like so many years ago, so I don't know if that's a possibility. Or do a giveaway live stream where everything is given away for free, with no
that would probably be the easier option, is do all that.
Merch sales attached. However, I do also want to note that most YouTubers, including me, didn't know that you could...
Wait, fuck his Downey girlfriend? She's gonna cheat on him within 2 years with Big Black Dick Tyrone? Bro, what the fuck?
Would do something like an illegal lottery. So since only the first one was illegal, I feel like it might have been a mistake. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. Just as the question if Mr.
I would say it's more of a mistake until proven otherwise.
Beast is evil isn't for me to say, but that is again for you, the viewer, to decide.
I wouldn't call Mr. Beast evil. I would say he's definitely a money-driven individual and a clout-driven individual. But I can't say that he was like covering up for pedophiles and fucking stealing money from people that needed eye surgery. I can't care that Mr. Beast faked his videos in certain aspects or made them safer for people. I can't care about that.
Because there is some shit that he should be criticized for and has to be looked into. I know CoffeeZilla is doing an investigation into his crypto stuff, and
the crypto stuff? I don't know anything about crypto. I can't pretend to know anything about crypto, so I have no real say on the crypto stuff at the moment. But from what I understand, CoffeeZilla turned around and said, there's a lot of weird things here, but we're not certain where it's going. And it looks like a team of people under Mr. Beast did these things.
Once that releases, I hope that clarifies some things, because those are some serious allegations. And that wasn't of like stupid adolescent Jimmy, 19 years old, and hiring someone without doing background checks. That was like 3 years ago, way more recent, that he should be held accountable for if he did commit crimes with crypto. So yeah, go check CoffeeZilla's video on that once it releases. I couldn't really investigate the crypto stuff because I don't know shit about crypto, and I didn't want to be hypocritical like DogPack and talk about shit I don't know anything about. Because that's basically what Dawson has been doing for the past.
The most everyone has about the Mr. Beast stuff, the Shadman drawing that he kept up after Chris Tyson left. How much did he really know about the Chris Tyson Discord logs? This illegal lottery situation, the Lunchly stuff, if you're gay and care about that. The failure to distribute funds properly in the context of like the charity aspects, but that kind of got debunked with the idea of the third party stuff. Well, maybe more clarification on that would be a little bit better. But like and the crypto scam stuff, that's like really it. I can't think of like anything else.
Last few months. I feel like Jimmy has to become way more transparent because that is how he got in all this trouble in the first place. They really have to start a Mr. Beast behind the scenes channel to upload behind the scenes footage there. And stop with the deceptive shit. When you do a sponsor read, don't make the yellow bar go real fast at the start to make the viewer believe that, you know, oh, this advertisement is gonna take long, I won't skip over it. But then at the end of it, make the visual timer suddenly run way slower. That's not just deceptive. I think that's pretty disrespectful towards your audience. And
that is, you know, I can't even argue with them. That is shitty. It is to keep retention so people watch it all the way through. I get that, but like, that is shitty.
I know that there are still questions that you guys probably have with stuff that I just couldn't address because there is so much, but I can forward you to some other people who have talked about stuff that I might have forgotten in this video. You know, if you want to know some more about Beast Games and the Beast Games lawsuit, definitely check out Stucky's channel. He did a great deep dive on that, and I made many other videos on the whole DogPack Mr. Beast situation. And again, once CoffeeZilla's investigation on the crypto stuff is out there, I highly recommend you to go watch that because that'll clarify a lot of stuff that I don't know anything about. Because I trust those investigative creators 10,000 times more than I do Dawson. Instead of having competent people investigate serious accusations, he's just been throwing baseless shit at the wall and hoping some stuff sticks with the audience. He is
so based. I don't want to watch the rest of it. That is just so fucking based and true. So based and true. I don't even need that. So, bit of an update after the Soggy Cereal video dropped. Essentially what's happening is now Dexterto, the biggest dick rider for DogPack out of all the media companies, has now essentially disavowed DogPack. You are the assholes that helped prop this shit. Are you kidding? Now you're coming out? Yeah, okay. A series of high-profile claims have been made former Mr. Beast employee DogPack404. 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, dude. He wasn't a significant employee. YouTube Soggy Cereal investigated the situation in content cop style video. I can't believe that we're still calling things content cop style. That's crazy. Providing clarity around Jimmy's alleged hiring and convicted staff, giveaways, and leaked internal drama. That's crazy, dude.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Confusicopedia, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the Lolcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.